Legend tells of the phoenix, a mythical bird that burns. It symbolizes renewal, strength, and transformation. 1 year ago, Phoenix Gate Group was born with that same fiery spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals across the globe. And what a journey it's been. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, our founder and lead coach, we didn't just take flight, we soared, we stumbled, we built, we believed. And today, through tears and triumph, we celebrate 1 year of relentless impact, meaningful milestones, and unimaginable transformation. From humble beginnings, Zoom links, voice notes, midnight strategy calls, we've grown into a powerhouse community with nearly 1,000 members strong. In just 12 months, we have reached over 40,000 professionals across the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. Nearly 1,000 attendees joined us weekly on LinkedIn, and the world took notice. This year, Phoenix Gate was honored with the Social Impact Award of the Year and named the most impactful community of the year. Those trophies, they carry the fingerprints of every volunteer, every coach, every community member who chose to rise with us. But our story goes beyond resumes and recognition. Beyond professional development, Phoenix Gate has walked into the sacred space of business strategy with international and non-governmental organizations. We've led masterclasses, outreaches, boot camps, and visibility challenges that didn't just teach, they healed. And through it all, Dr. Magnus, our business development coach, stood at the center. A quiet force, a lighthouse in the storm. So now we ask you, are you struggling with your line visibility? Do you ever feel unseen while secretly dreaming of becoming a commanding influence, a recognized thought leader? Are you in that place between faith and fear, waiting for your breakthrough? At Phoenix Gate, we've already reached 40,000 professionals and business leaders worldwide. But this is not about numbers. It's about the transformation behind every name. We train you, we champion you, we give you a platform. And when you stand to speak, we make sure the world listens. As we mark this 1 year journey, we do it with full hearts. Gratitude overflows for our members, our partners, and every soul that carried us when we were too weary to walk. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network. It is a living, breathing, purpose-driven community. It is hope. It is healing. It is home. And still, this is only the beginning. Here's to a future brighter than flames. We rise together. Legend tells of the phoenix, a mythical bird that burns. It symbolizes renewal, strength, and transformation. 1 year ago, Phoenix Gate Group was born with that same fiery spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals across the globe. And what a journey it's been. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Vivian Magnus, our founder and lead coach, we didn't just take flight, we soared, we stumbled, we built, we believed. And today, through tears and triumph, we celebrate 1 year of relentless impact, meaningful milestones, and unimaginable transformation. From humble beginnings, Zoom links, voice notes, midnight strategy calls, we've grown into a powerhouse community with nearly 1,000 members strong. In just 12 months, we have reached over 40,000 professionals across the US, UK, Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, and Kenya. Nearly 1,000 attendees joined us weekly on LinkedIn, and the world took notice. This year, Phoenix Gate was honored with the Social Impact Award of the Year and named the most impactful community of the year. Those trophies, they carry the fingerprints of every volunteer, every coach, every community member who chose to rise with us. But our story goes beyond resumes and recognition. Beyond professional development, Phoenix Gate has walked into the sacred space of business strategy with international and non-governmental organizations. We've led masterclasses, outreaches, boot camps, and visibility challenges that didn't just teach, they healed. And through it all, Dr. Magnus, our business development coach, stood at the center. A quiet force, a lighthouse in the storm. So now we ask you, Are you struggling with your line visibility? Do you ever feel unseen while secretly dreaming of becoming a commanding influence, a recognized thought leader? Are you in that place between faith and fear waiting for your breakthrough? At Phoenix Gate, we've already reached 40,000 professionals and business leaders worldwide. But this is not about numbers. It's about the transformation behind every name. We train you. We champion you. We give you a platform. And when you stand to speak, we make sure the world listens. As we mark this one-year journey, we do it with full hearts. Gratitude overflows for our members, our partners, and every soul that carried us when we were too weary to walk. Phoenix Gate Group is not just a network. It is a living, breathing, purpose-driven community. It is hope. It is healing. It is home. And still, this is only the beginning. Here's to a future brighter than flames. We rise. We rise together. Legend tells of the phoenix, a mythical bird that burns. It symbolizes renewal, strength, and transformation. 1 year ago, Phoenix Gate Group was born with that same fiery spirit to inspire, connect, and empower professionals across the globe. And what a journey it's been under the visionary leadership of
I know you can all hear me right now. If you can see me and hear me, I know you can hear me. I can literally feel it, but I'd want some form of confirmation. Okay, up to now, that's strange. Okay, I know that the studio might be delayed. Can anybody hear me? Okay, so let me give a little more time. I know that I'm clear now. There's usually a lag between the studio and out online. So I'm going to give us a little more time. Please, if you can see me, hear me, just say you can hear me. And hear me means HM, right? Oh, awesome. So, you know, the thing is that YouTube catches up in real time, but LinkedIn takes a while. I don't know why LinkedIn takes a while. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so, so much. Now I'm super excited. Who is excited with me? Please, you know how we do it, right? Every time we have an event, we want to see fire emojis. That's how we know that this place is literally hot. Every time you show up on a Mother Eagles event, please kindly help me super fast. Let's quickly just, share the event so that we can have a lot of people come in super early because of the algorithm. And then we can quickly start having our conversations. Today, I don't plan to leave us long here. I just want to pour out my heart as usual. As my manner is, I just want to get a lot of people out of where they are right now. So maybe I'll hold, let me see if I can Okay, yes, you can hear me now. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. I am super excited to have us all here. So if you can hear and see me, I want to be sure that YouTube can hear and see me as well as LinkedIn. So if you're meeting me for the first time ever on LinkedIn, like you just saw event and you just walked into this place, just write FT, right? Very fast. Like we said, today is going to be super fast. We don't want to keep anybody, long, because I have a lot of things too that I have to, stretch. I had already made my promise and that's why I kept it. Yesterday was my younger sister's wedding. Yesterday was my husband's birthday. Yesterday was also another. I had an event. Yes, I spoke to a community, right? So that means I had a lot this week already. Trust me, I am very cautious of our time, and I look forward to just sharing our values or conversations straightforward, and then we move. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a moment to allow us, say where we're joining from. If you're joining from, Lagos, you're joining from New York, you're joining from, you know, um, America, wherever, just kindly just type where you're joining from. Say hi and tell us where you're joining from. If you have a little more time, just type what you do, because somebody who is in your niche or somebody who really needs you to work with them, right, is likely going to have you come on board. So let's do that very fast. Let's do that very fast. I think I have some of my speakers on board. Hi, ma'am. Ifoma, how you doing today, ma'am?
I'm very well, thank you. Hello, Dr. Vivian.
Oh,
I'm
so
so
good to
happy
see
to
you.
be here today.
Awesome. So good to see you. I'm super excited to host you as well, and so many others that are going to come up. So do well to introduce yourself very fast. I want to give us an opportunity to meet ourselves. Please just give a, maybe, like, let's say Vivian from New York, brand strategist. Just something that anyone who is in your circle of influence will see you and bring you on board. That's literally what I want to happen. I'll give us probably just 2 minutes and we'll hit it from there. Like I said, today is going to be super fast. Um, so, like I said, I'm very cautious of everyone who is going to be stepping in as well. So, thank you so much. Okay. So, the introductions, are they coming in? Because I don't mind reading them actually. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, I think my studio is a bit delayed. Let me go very fast. Oh, good to see you. Faith, congratulations to us. I want to say, I think I can see Precious Gift. Good to see you. Always Bube, good to see you. Always Bube, I always see you on my post. Thank you so much. Um, Eka Madi. Okay, I hope I got your pronunciation. Jacob, good to see you. Stella Igwe, good to see you. Wali Yat Moshood, good to see you. Abigail, good to see you. Okay, yes, so I've seen Sumi, good to see you. She's a brand designer. And then Christiana Ayeni, good to see you as well. Oh, beautiful. So don't forget to follow us. Yes, you can search for Phoenix Kids Global page after now, and do well to follow us. I can see a Berry John. Good to see you. Okay, she's an admin VA. She's joining all the way from Enugu. Good to see you. Stella Igwe, good to see you. I'm going to go as fast, but I'll make sure that I touch everyone that I've seen. Okay, Stella is seeing me for the first time. Interesting. Mercy Owubu, all the way from Lagos. I can see Tochi, Anike. Good to see us all up. Oh, Ruth. Ruth was the star of our last camp. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you for coming up as well. Iro Gene, good to see you. Teresa, good to see you. Um, Teresa is all the way from Benue State, Nigeria. Good to see you. Coach Benjamin, good to see you. Ifechuku, Adeline, I hope I pronounced it very well. Good to see you. I can see Onyinye. Good to see you all the way from Abuja. Precious Gift. She's an executive assistant, operations specialist. Good to see you, Precious Gift. Okay, Catherine, joining all the way from Makurdi. I'm excited to have you on board as well. She's an executive VA. So if there's anybody who is currently on this call who is looking to find help in their businesses, you might want to look into the charts, because there are people who are willing to serve you right away. Oh, I can see Rose all the way from Kenya, Miriam Balogun all the way from Imo State, Nigeria. Good to see you. I love that mix. Having a Westerner in the East. I love that. Messi Bola. I hope I pronounced your name very well. All the way from Oyo State. Good to see you. I can see Sumi from Lagos. She's a brand designer. Beautiful. So, Adeline, okay, Adeline's in Abuja. Okay, maybe I'm going to say this in passing, right? If you're on this live call right now and you reside in Abuja, please, we have a, let's say, a portion of our community that is for people residing in Abuja, because we have a conference for 12/12/26 this year. I would want us to probably just have that in mind. I think our website should be up by tomorrow or max Tuesday, so that we can already start making noise about it. Would get ambassadors, get people who are going to work, whether volunteering through all our teams. Yes, we'll have people into two groups: people who are complete newbies who haven't started anything yet, and those who actually are enumerated volunteers, right? So we're going to have that on board. So Abuja people, I'm saying this again in passing, do well to make sure that you join the community so that we can start our various meetings already. We have 6 months to the conference. The conference is the next Economic Summit Africa. So we're doing that. The Phoenix Gates Global is hosting us in collaboration with a whole lot of brands. So let's all keep our ears super open. Even though we've not made the official announcement, that is going to happen sometime next week, by the time we've set our volunteers and everyone in place. Okay, I can see Onyinye also. Onyinye, so all the way from Abuja. Abuja people, please make sure you leave a comment so that maybe when I come back here and I don't see any of us, I would have to probably just send Faith will have to probably just send messages to everyone in the chat who wrote Abuja. Good. Okay, so I can see a lot of Abuja people. Oh, beautiful. Faith is all the way from Port Harcourt. Good to see you. Hopefully, I hope you're going to be in Abuja by December, right? Yes, let's see how we can make that happen if you have that opening. So anywhere you see Phoenix Gate, just remember 12/12/26, because it's going to be on the 12th of December 2026. Okay, so I'm going right through. I just want to make sure that I acknowledge as many that I can. I might not be able to do that, but I just want you to understand that we are literally here just because of you. And everything, I feel literally stressed. For those of us on LinkedIn, I think I announced it on Monday that I was going on a break, and I literally went. I was having a retreat somewhere, so I literally spent 7 to 8 hours every day in that place. So hosting this event is so much of a sacrifice. And guess what? It is because I know that a lot of people need this. I'm super worried because, like again, I said I went through this journey, and I'm hoping that I'm going to shorten that learning curve for a lot of people. So I'm going in again. I'm saying, okay, Irogene. Irogene is a lead generation specialist from Port Harcourt. Good to see you. Nice to have you here. Mercy Owobu is a medical vascular assistant. Good to see you there. Ayobami is all the way from Lagos. Solomon, Enugu, Nigeria. He's a brand designer. Good to see you. Terry says, well, let me go very fast. I'll try to. So keep commenting, right? Whoever is in your niche, somebody who is probably needing mentoring, somebody who is starting their journey, somebody who literally wants someone on their team, can come back to this event and see you sitting pretty in the comments. And that's why we always encourage, you know, that our community, we're very big on conversations. Your life can literally change on the auspices of you opening your mouth. And opening your mouth, yes, that's why for our students, we make sure that in our cohorts, they host events independent of me. And then we also get platforms like this where we allow them speak for themselves. I can see Son Eagle. Yeah, so I have plenty babies. I have baby eagles all around LinkedIn. Not eaglets, mind you. I have baby eagles all around LinkedIn. I don't know if I've seen them yet, but I can see Coach Benjamin. Good to see you, Rose. Good to see you. She's a remote medical record specialist. Lovely. Good to see you. Augustina, all the way from Yanagua. Thank you so much. Miracle is an executive assistant. Good to see you as well. Opeyemi from Nigeria. He's a business intelligence analyst. Amazing people here. Like I said again, don't worry. People are going to come back to this event. They're going to come back to the comments. So you make sure that you write what you do so that people can easily find you. And I will say it outrightly for some of us who are probably just showing up to the scene for the very first time. You want to make sure that people are seeing you the best way you can. And trust me, live events are literally the easiest place where you easily have people come together in real time. You have people coming together in real time. And then, of course, that means opportunities to carry on conversations after here can never be, stated. So what you want to do is look in when somebody is saying, oh, he's a coach, and then probably you're a content creator for coaches. You want to reach out to them. You want to take a screenshot. You want to say hello. And it's very easy. Once people hear things like, oh, I was at the land your client or remote job role in 7 days seminar, and I saw you there, I think we should connect because we relate in so many other ways. After I had gone through, your posts, I can see this. So this is me already giving you your DM cheat sheet, right? So we're going on to see beautiful, so amazing. So as long as you're coming in, just keep leaving conversations. I can see Mosu Sando all the way from Ghana. Good to see you as well. We're seeing so many amazing people. Oh, Tochi Anike, good to see you. She's a maternal literacy and wellness coach, and also a new telehealth nurse. This is a very hot niche. In fact, I have a book that I collaborated with my husband that we're currently writing for women who are looking to investigate, or they are wondering why they still have delay in childbearing, because my husband is a urologist, and so I collaborated with him. Some of you who know me know that I have a background in medicine, so I have a book also coming out pretty soon. The review will soon be on his decks, and from there we'll go around just to work with other people. So if you have an event that you need collaboration, you can always reach out to Chi. So you can see that opportunities are already flowing right in this place. Trust me, your opportunities are at the mercies of people. That's why you don't look down on people. And that's why you should comment. So thank you so much. I've been able to go through. So everyone on the backstage, please kindly just turn on your camera. That's my cue for adding you on stage. That's my cue for adding you on stage. Okay, I can see Precious Chinedu, good to see you. Precious Chinedu is very dear to me. She is a personal and leadership development coach. She helps young minds and professionals build unshakable confidence, set healthy boundaries to protect their growth, and position themselves for the best in society. Anyway, part of our conversation today, again, is that most times we realize that a lot of professionals are not so confident in what they serve. In fact, a lot of people lose job opportunities because of lack of confidence. And trust me, if you need any conversations in that direction, I'm sure you would want to reach out to Precious Chinedu. She is very dear to me. Just I've been super busy. I would have loved to have followed her up very, personally. Thank you so much, everyone. Just keep leaving the conversations. I think some of my speakers are already on board, and so I'll bring them up to share some of our, because again, the real truth is we want to, everything we're going to teach within the time that we have is that I am literally going to pour, but it's going to be a very tough pouring, because if you're not listening, if you don't have your writing materials, it's going to be tough for you to, take in. So we brought in some of our professionals who I had worked with in the last 4 weeks to talk about their journey. Maybe not their journey, to talk about their results strictly, so that you can see how easy these things are. Maybe places where they had some doubt, and then how they came out of it, and then everything else. I'll try to pour a few of the things I know, because definitely this cannot go down in the 2 hours that we have. I think I stated it for 2 hours, 30 minutes, but I don't want to stay up to that time because I'm exhausted, but I'm trying my best to make sure that I keep my promise. Okay, so that's the best part of it. Then the second best part is that we have worked with a lot of people. That's why we're always putting our intro video, so that you have a feeling of the kind of people you've come to the live event with. Like we're not some careless people who will gather people in and start telling them conversations that they read from somewhere. We're going to talk about real life experiences. It's going to even start from me. I can remember when my journey started. I showed up on LinkedIn. Straight, I went to work. So for those people who have probably never heard my story, I'm a medical doctor, baseline, like graduated from medicine, yes. So when I showed up on LinkedIn, I had my why. There were seasons in my life that were very dark, that I literally questioned everything I did. I cannot even go down that path right now. Before, I used to tell people anytime I want to talk about this, I could even get teary, but not tonight, right? Because I want to make sure that a lot of us who are going through a lot, I want to tell you that your journey is not, oh, it's only me that this thing is happening to. That's a big lie from the pit of hell. You want to know that you're not the only one who is currently experiencing what you're experiencing. But the question is, what is the next best thing you should do? So, medical profession. Now I have twins. I have a toddler, relocated, no support system. But I still want to make money, guys. I think I deserve it. I can't read medicine and say, okay, because I moved to a place where um people, I can't find help. Oh, so I'll just sit at home and just be eating money coming from one direction. I know some of us call it baby girl treatment, but for me, for my brain, I don't consider that at all. I don't want any form of laziness in that direction. So I made sure that I got to work. That was how I started my remote work journey 2 years ago. I'm saying 2 years ago because I know that there's a lot of people who are still deceiving themselves, with conversations like, let me give it 6 more months. Let me give it 1 more year, then I'll decide what I want to do. And news flash, the first time I showed up on LinkedIn, let's say the first week I showed up on LinkedIn, I had 5 jobs sitting pretty. Like, I went on interviews for 5 different jobs. I had opportunities to decide if I wanted them or not. In fact, one I discussed the salary, everything. From this same LinkedIn, some of you are just gallivanting, and some of you are just hearing things just be visible, like aimless visibility. When I came with pain. I know that some of you're so rich. Like, you have all the opportunities you need. So if you hunger catches you like this, you just do babi and la. For me, that was the last thing I would do. I don't know. I think is an Igbo something, or Anambra something. Let me be very specific for those of you who are from Anambra. Clock it in the comment section. But there's something about not asking for money or not begging that had just been imprinted in my mind. So even my husband, from childhood, from my parents down to my husband, I was just not comfortable being the one that would be saying, "Oh yeah, give me money for this, give me money for this." I just wanted to earn. I didn't want to be in that position where somebody will be giving me money. My husband is a consultant, and in Abuja, for a minimal access surgeon, yes, it's usually on the higher side compared to maybe other surgeons and then other doctors by extension. But I told myself, nah, I am going to sit at home and I'm going to work at my choice places. And that was how my journey started. I'm saying it again. Some of you, you're not having results on this platform because you are lazy. So I didn't want to say it how it's coming to me, but I said it at the back of my mouth because I said it again. My first week on this platform, I had 5 jobs. So I'm going to ask you again, what exactly are you doing? What exactly are you telling yourself? Well, before you think that, okay, it's Fabu, I'm coming up with dramatic conversations. You're not in my shoes. Okay, let me bring some of the amazing people who just said yes to our program just 4 weeks ago. So I'm going to be, in fact, this boot camp, we called this boot camp the Nene boot camp. I'm sure everybody knew. At some point, Nene stopped announcing her wins in the group because she didn't want any other person to feel bad. So I want us to listen to her, by extension, at least just be hopeful. Just listen and learn something, right? I know that there are 2 crops of professionals here, right? People who want to grow, who want to take their time, or who are still saying that they are not worth it. In fact, what they know is very useless. How can they earn from it? How can they get jobs? How can they come up with, the business side of what they do? No problem. I say, I'm here for you, right? So it means that if you're showing up for the first time or you're listening to me for the first time, you are very lucky. I will say again, blessed are your ears for the hear, because you're literally going to be liberated. So I'm going to be giving Nene, our first speaker tonight, to share her journey, and then hopefully somebody here will just say, Namio, and then start, making those adjustments. So over to you, Nene.
Hi guys, good evening everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, well done guys. It has been an amazing journey. I don't even know how to talk about that. I remember when I reached out to Mother Eagle, I was like, I think I was in her last program, just a live program like this, and I just reached out to her. I really want to learn from you, be in this camp, and just see how it goes. I've been on LinkedIn I can't even count how many years I've been on LinkedIn for a very long time, actually. I've been there for a very long time. There was even a time I didn't even know what I wanted to do in my life there. I was just showing up. After a while, I got tired, because when you keep showing up and you don't even know your left from your right, you definitely get tired. So I stopped showing up for like how many years? So when I understood myself reasonably, I said, okay, I think it's time to actually delve into LinkedIn again. I'll drop my comment, drop my post. I was just clueless, you know. So I attended that program. I was like, man, this is something I really need to do. When I sent her a message, even took her a while to even answer me, but I was like, okay, shall wait. I kept waiting, and later she responded and all of that. And we started. The ginger was 100%. I don't even know where to put that, but it really took me to another level. Do I want to talk about the community that I made? I met lots of people that were still conversing up until now. Do I want to talk about the book I was able to write as a result of that program? Do I want to talk about the gigs? Yes, I made some. I started making money from it, and it has been a lot of experience. That's been really amazing. It's been great. It's been great. I don't even know the words to use. I can remember when I reached out to her to tell her that, okay, it's like I've landed another one, and she was like, post. I said, no, let me just calm down. But I must say that it's been an amazing journey. I was able to write my first book about helping children that are autistic to be able to read. I was able to land gigs and more visible on LinkedIn, not just visible, consistent visibility. I was able to understand that it's not just being visible, it's about being intentional to show up and position yourself in a way that we bring those people. I can remember some weeks ago, one white lady even reached out to me that she's seen the things I'm doing. This is a lady that has over 20 years experience in my field. So that meant a lot to me. That really meant a lot to me. So it has been a great, I don't even know where to start, but man, don't even sit on this one. Don't even sit on. If you sit, you lose. Okay, so I think those are the things that I have to share based on my experience in Founders Verge. Thank you so much, Mother Rico.
Very beautiful. You didn't tell them that you were scared. You didn't remember. Then I said, I'm scared. Oh, okay, let me pay half. I'm coming. But one thing we had was that she paid half early, like I think in the first month she paid half,
Yes.
or then towards the end, before the end of the month, I think the other half came in. You didn't share about your fears. It was so funny when she was saying all those things. I just say, I don't know, based on the general sales practices, when people are coming with negations, this anytime for me, what I do for my students, if you start saying, oh, what if, I don't even used to bother. I would just, I mean, Waka, I don't even have energy to start convincing anybody, because I know that most times, every time I run those camps, I am at loss. So I don't even want that energy of, oh yeah, please now show up, because I literally get consumed in the camp, because I just want to make sure that everybody gets results and all that. Thank you so much for coming in. So
Thank
she
you.
actually helps autistic. If you're a parent and a parent with a special needs child now here, or you own a school that probably have not figured out how to integrate special needs, you're losing money on the table. I don't know, for some reason, this is me now talking from the medical point of view. There are lots of children now having neurodivergence. I don't know, maybe we did a lot of that. Elderly, what's the word? Sometimes older mothers, because we're all chasing career. Sometimes it could just be some of the chemicals, the bad drinks, the bad food that we're consuming. So we're beginning to have a lot of children who are neurodivergent. But then, of course, it's not a challenge. It is essential that we cater for them. So please, if you are a mother who, this is not even a time for shame. In fact, right now, if you have you are a neurodivergent divergent parent, you're likely going to have a lot of help even online. You can even build a personal brand in that direction. So if you need any form of clarity, please do well to reach out to Nene on LinkedIn. Just type Nene, and then I think you can find a way to drop your link on your profile link, or just comment on the comment section, so that parents who are needing to, hold conversations in that direction can literally find help. Trust me, everything right now in this generation has been, solved literally almost, because now we have more help. Our children now learn better because we now have people who are specialists in handling some of these little challenges that are coming up here and there. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank
I
you. Thank
really
you.
celebrate you. Thank you so much.
Thank
She didn't
you.
even say it as dramatic as it was in camp. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for listening. That was Nene. So please, if you're a mother who has a child in that direction, please make sure you reach out now. You don't have to bear all the all the pain alone. You need somebody who can support you, somebody who can listen to you, somebody you can even cry to if you're not, probably you cannot afford her services yet. So I'm going to be adding our next speaker, Ma'am Informa, all the way from Canada, right? I hope I got it right. Yes, it's Canada. You're from Canada, right?
No, Sweden.
Whoa, sorry about that. Thank you so much. So you're welcome
Sweden,
on
yeah.
board. I'm going to be
From
handing over
Europe.
the mic to you
Yeah.
right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, it's been so amazing. This journey has been so fruitful. And if I say amazing, it might seem like a cliche. People are saying this is amazing, but it's, I don't know the word to use to describe this journey, but it has been so wonderful, so fruitful. I met Dr. Vivian on LinkedIn, and then I just started, on LinkedIn. And I was like, was it between 3-4 months on LinkedIn when I came across her post. She she wrote about, if you are finding it a journey on your LinkedIn, if you're finding it difficult on your LinkedIn journey, you should DM her and all that. I was like, okay, let me just try. I wasn't really so serious on my LinkedIn journey. I was just posting. I had no direction. I know I am an early childhood educator, and I started coaching parents right from my church. Parents who are finding it, who are constantly yelling, yelling at home, and would have a calm home. So I bring the scriptural aspect to it. So I bring Bible verses and I will delve down into it, and I give my advice. So I never wanted to come out to put it on LinkedIn and all that. So when I DM'd Dr. Vivian and explained everything, she told me to come into the Founders Forge. I was like, okay, let me try it out, and I did. And the first thing I understood there was your why. What is your why? I was posting, I was on LinkedIn, I don't know my why. And what's the pain point? I didn't know. So I was like, what's happening? So she broke everything down. She is a teacher, a lecturer, a mentor, and she can push you, she can stretch you. If you don't want to go there, if you really don't feel like, she would make you go there, and you will see results and you will see answers. I had a background in broadcasting. I was a newscaster before I moved to Europe. So I won't say I have been scared of the screen. I used to go on screen and all that. But immediately I came to Europe, the fear crept in. I couldn't even do a video. I couldn't do nothing. I didn't even want to post myself or say anything. So I made my first video, was it last week, through the Founders Forge, the push. I was like, no, I can't. I was so scared. But at last I did it, and it came out beautiful. I really liked it, and now I know what I am doing and why I am doing it, the people I am working for, the people I want to the people I'm talking to, my niche and everything. I know it now, but before it was kind of scattered. So she helped pack everything in a basket, everything down. I know everything that I'm doing, so I say kudos to her. She's a great teacher. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now.
Amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this amazing conversation. I wish you told them your story, but since you didn't share it, I am going to do like I did not hear you. Okay, so, but I think you should share it because it's going to help you
Okay,
with
it's
updating
going
your
to,
materials
yeah,
as well.
yeah, I can share my story. Excuse me. Yeah, I never wanted to do this. I mean, the parenting coach to help parents. It never one day occurred to me that I can do it or I would do it. So I had when my third child, I have 3 sons and a daughter. So when my third child was in nursery school, he was about 5 years old then. There's some 12 years ago. So he came to school and started telling them how rough I was with him at home, that I shout at him, everything he does, I shout, I get angry and all that and all that. So it was so much. So the school had to bring in the social services and they talked about it. We were called to a meeting, I and my husband. So yeah, we talked about it with the social services. It got escalated, and they threatened to take our children, all the 4 of them, from us if we don't stop. Basically, not even my husband, if I don't stop, shouting at them, if I'm not connecting with them, So during those time, it was a trial period for us, a very big trial. Think about when a country said, "I'll take away not 1, not 2, 4 of your children." So I was forced to get myself together. I attended parenting courses, and that was when I decided I have to work with children. I went back to school. I went back to school. I spent 3 years. I had got my early childhood education. And yes, I said, no, this thing that happened, I wouldn't want it to happen to any other parents. I have to tell parents my story, and I have to let them know the importance of connecting to your children, that connection, the importance, And since I started practicing this, it's been amazing. It's been a wonderful journey in my family. I have this good connection with my children, And like in my blueprints, I also wrote about the reflection time. Parents, I call it the self-reflection and healing period. We that come from our background as Africans, it's what parents know is they beat you when you do something, they punish you when they do, so that the child has a fear always because of the parent, So when you self-reflect, when you heal, it means what is there in your background that you are transferring unknowingly to your children. What is there? Is it the beating when you do something at home? Where, when we were in Africa, you do something, your parents will beat you. Then that builds in you. When you get your own children, they do something, you would want to beat them. So the connection is not there. So you have to heal from your background so that it will stop being an interference between you and connecting with your children. So when you deal with yourself, deal with that thing, because you cannot give what you don't have. If you don't have that connection from your parents, you definitely cannot give it to your children. So you have to heal from your background first. Then you can be able to move along and impact it to your children.
Beautiful. So I wanted her to share this story because a lot of us are still wondering. You say that, see, our class has started. The only thing is, when they are done with conversations, thank God they are here. So I'm going to use them a whole lot for my examples. You can see that she decided to serve in a niche that came from a painful situation that happened to her. Number one, I had explained to us earlier, right, that I moved from where originally I stayed, like my family, my support system. You don't want to know the psychological challenges that be going on in that mind, being separated from, support systems, and then here will be boys screaming their lives out. And sometimes you want to take away all the frustrations. You're in a new country that you probably haven't gotten a job in the week or in the month of you coming, and there goes a child that will not just keep quiet. God, I know that there are mothers in this comment, so you can literally relate. So you can see how somebody can literally take a painful challenge that she went through and not sit in it and not get discouraged and decide that a lot of people are going to come out of this place. For me, recently for me, it had to be for my kids. What I would normally do now is I make them pray. When they do anything silly, I'll just say, move to the corner and pray in tongues. It helps me. I'm working, they are praying for me, the anointing is coming on me, I'm going very fast. But most of us, our parents didn't do that for us. In fact, they feel like if you feel the pain, then you will not do it again. But unfortunately, the brain of a child doesn't work that way, right? Sometimes they repeat the same offense over and over again until you, of course, walk them through patience, explaining to them how they can follow that journey. So you can see that one of the points that we have gotten is the fact that your journey can actually be can be your niche. Your journey can be your niche. So there are certain niches where your journey is your niche. So in that case, for that niche, you can say that you are the niche. So if you're a nursing mom here, super curious, the question is, what are you going through right now nursing those kids? What was the last drama at your workplace that you feel like, oh, this shouldn't have been done? How do I solve this problem? So we're already talking about for the people who haven't niched down yet. So I'm very aware that we have two broad audience right now here. People who have already started, who have taken up niches. It's unfortunate. If you are here and you took up niche without portfolio, you took up niche without evidence of doing the work. Me go. Okay, so I hope people are seeing me very well. Let me do it very well. If you're here and you took up a niche without an evidence of how you've served before in that niche, that means you went and carry, in my language, you went and carry Obobo brand designer and you've never designed anything for anyone, any significant person. Let me stand up and do it for you. Me guoma. I hope you guys are seeing me. Are you guys seeing me? I hope you're seeing me. I want you to say, seeing me. So if you're right here, right now, I'll say it again. And you went and you picked up niches because you came online and you saw the most popular person flying around. And you just say, oh, I think I can do this. And you went to copy it. No evidence. Me go. So the next thing you're going to be saying is, you're going to be holding conversations like, I've not gotten job. You go on interviews, you don't even know, you're not articulating because you just niche down unrelated. You're not emotionally connected to what you're doing. You're not passionate about it. Right? There's no purpose attached to it. You don't even have relevance in that niche. Okay, so let me just probably give us a one-liner, right? The most beautiful way to niche down is to niche down with experiences. And it's not hard. Make sure that anything you want to say you can do, you've done it before. And I always tell my community, stop talking rubbish. If you say you're a marketing strategist, bang, 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 marketing strategists that have never worked with anybody before, has never worked with a company before, is that one a marketing strategist? So having this knowledge now, I'm not saying, hey, I went to carry marketing strategies, so I'm going to quickly go and remove it from my profile because I don't even know what it's all about. No, is that you first of all give yourself the job. Okay, so I've started holding some of the topics. I didn't want to start talking now. I just wanted most of our speakers our community people to just say their experiences. But thank God I'm able to pick up some conversation. So I'm saying it again. Anything you want to promise anybody that you will do for them in interview, madam, give yourself that job. Marketing strategies, we never strategize. That one is strategist. So you come up with something that you marketed, something that you strategized around, a campaign, you name it. And it's very easy. Sometimes you see some coaches announce their cohorts. You go and meet them. It's just that for me, I've seen some silly people. There are two people, two sides of this device. Some people don't have evidence, right? They don't have portfolios. They don't have what did you call it? The numbers, but they want to charge. Say, le, 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 le. I'm speaking Igbo again. They say, look at these ones. So you don't even have evidence. You don't have portfolio, but on again, you're very quick. You want to collect money. You never see anything. Okay. So I'm gonna be yes, I'm already shaking this table. Okay, so thank you so much, Ma'am Ifoma, for coming on board. So please, if you're a founder here who is super busy and then you're an African, please, most of us, you know that we need therapy. Thank God for our pastors who have been who have been doing most of the work in Africa. So our therapists are officially our pastors. So let me catch anybody insulting pastors on what did you call it online. I would drag your nose and your ears because these guys are doing so much work. But now we have so many parenting specialists who are offering to help you on this journey. She is one person that can do that work for you. She also manages at 9 to 5. I don't even know how she was able to cope during camp. Thank you so much for coming on board, dear ma'am. Do have an amazing day. So yes, she has a book
Thank
as
you.
well. What's the name of your book? For those people who have been having emotional challenges supporting their parents, I think she wrote a book for them. I don't know. If you have that name, you can let them know about it. So
Yeah, the
I can,
seven.
okay,
It's the
beautiful.
7 steps to connected parents blueprint.
Okay, beautiful. So if you're having problems connecting with your parents, with your children, especially moms with girls, dads with boys, usually that's how it happens. You find out that there's usually that little divide. You want to make sure that you're intentional about connecting with your children. And she has a 7 step, very direct. Um, you can quickly just send her a DM. All our CEOs who are here, please connect with your children. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm going to be adding the
Thank
next
you.
on board. So, like I told you guys, our topic has already started. You can see that we're literally already touching some of the conversations. So um what we did was we went from Nene. Nene has always been online, but she didn't essentially know what she was doing, but she was just showing up in the name of consistency and visibility. And I know you've heard it, just be visible, just be visible. Hmm. Hmm. I don't want to say anything overtly. Yes, what we are doing right here, we're visible to you guys, but we're visible with an aim. There are certain things that we had to bring on board for you to see us like this. This event was properly curated by experience because yes, maybe I announced it on I think Tuesday, I'll be Wednesday, and we're here, but you would know that this is not the first time I'm holding this what do they call it event. That means somewhat visibility compounded because of excellence. So you want to make sure that you are not just showing up sillily, carelessly, without, a reason, without direction. So I'm going to allow Blessing. Please, Blessing, let's be very fast. Hold your conversations, and then we have one more person. Then I'll start the teaching for the night. Thank you so much, everyone, for holding those conversations. I can see your conversations. I'll come into the comments time to time. Please, if you haven't shared this event, go ahead and share it so that we can have more people on board. Because, like I said, we need to teach us quickly client acquisition conversations, and so that we move to the next level. Over to you, dear Blessing.
Right. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Blessing Ogungbemiro, and I'm a social media manager and content strategist, also known as the brand visibility architect. So my journey so far with the boot camp with Dr. Vivian started as a thirsty African professional who has been unable to break through the barriers that are there for African professionals to get attracted to the right opportunities. So, like many African professionals, I had the skills, the ambition, I had the certificates, the work experiences, and the desire to work internationally, but I struggled with visibility and positioning. And then one day, while scrolling on LinkedIn, I came across Dr. Vivian's post, and then I saw, she was organizing a boot camp, and it just felt like the right thing for me to do at that moment in time, at that point in time. So I didn't even think twice. I sent her a message, got the link, registered for the boot camp, and that was it. So that decision has actually become a turning point for me because throughout the program, I've gained clarity and confidence to intentionally build my personal brand. So since then, I have been more consistent on LinkedIn, focusing on developing my positioning as the brand visibility architect. I was also able to launch my lead magnet, the 3 second profile fix. I've also been, because of joining this boot camp, as a result of joining this boot camp, I was also able to, speak at a live event, which was actually the first of its kind in my professional, journey. So this has really, really been helpful. And I want to say thank you to Dr. Vivian for actually putting this up, because a lot of African professionals are stuck and they don't even know what to do. But she has done something by actually putting this together, even with an amazing community. Yes, the community is something is something I'm not going to um, forget to mention. We have an amazing community of professionals, and this is just good for people who have started building a brand, but then they really do not know what direction to go into right now. So this actually has made me capable of reflecting the values that I have to offer, not just coming to claim a title that, about millions of people already have. So what drives me professionally is something that I've always noticed and I've never been, comfortable with. I've noticed that some of the best products, brands that have best products, best brands, services, and even professionals remain overlooked simply because they do not know how to communicate their value effectively online. So I've always believed that great products and services deserve more than being overlooked. They deserve to be seen, trusted, chosen, and patronized. And that is actually what I help brands and businesses do. So one of my lessons from this journey is that talent alone is rarely the problem. The problem is not the lack of talent. It's not the problem. It's not the problem of lack of skills, but the problem is visibility, positioning, and a lack of personal branding. And it is very, very important that as a personal brand or as a product, or someone that offers a product or services, it's very important that there's the right visibility, not just viral visibility, but visibility that has impact and that is capable of pushing you in the presence of the right opportunities. And same goes with positioning. I've been able to position myself better on LinkedIn, and I can now more confidently tell to people wherever I have the opportunity that this is me, these are my skills, this is what I do, and these are the people that I help, and why they should even trust me. So this has really helped me a lot in my, personal branding, the strategic, and I believe will open doors to the opportunities that I've always wanted. So I'm genuinely grateful to Dr. Vivian for creating a space that has not just only taught me how to position myself better, but also challenged me to show up with intention, confidence, and a deeper understanding of the impact that I want to create with my work, not just in Africa, but beyond the borders of Africa. That's internationally and globally. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Blessing, for this amazing conversation. In fact, you have given me something to start with already. I think we will just start the topic today so that I don't delay us. I want to make sure that we finish, if we can finish our conversations for this night, maybe in the next 45 minutes, that will all call it a day. For those people who want to join us, remember that this camp is a year long. That means the activities in camp, that's pressure is 4 weeks, but then we will still we're resuming our weekly calls from next week, while pending on, having people come on board. So if you'd like to be a part of the community, I don't know if Faith is here, she can go ahead and drop the link for those who want to join Founders Forge. But we'll also have a 7-day challenge for people who would like to, start their journey. So all the conversations I'm going to have this night is for you to, sit down and decide. Because like, again, I say, there are lots of times where people are, discouraging themselves. They are holding conversations like, oh, they're Africans and so there are no jobs. Of course, there are people who are biased. I don't care. That's just the truth. Even you like this, there are people that you don't like generally, and it's not a bad thing, right? There are just definitely some people that you're more comfortable with, and of course, I also understand that they are racist. Don't get me wrong, right? There are people like that, but then what can we do? It's either we sit down and then we're crying over the fact that we're Africans and it's difficult to get jobs, or we can actually start building from the place of excellence. So I said that she has literally helped me, start our conversations tonight. So I'm going to be teaching. I want you, if you're here on this live, let's repost. Let's see if we can get a lot of people come in. I know that this event was in a short notice, but then I had to keep my word, right? So make sure that we have a lot of people come in. Don't forget that there is going to be a giveaway. There's a giveaway announcement, right? In this live event. If you stay to the end, a particular founder has sponsored a competition. I mean, it's just for you to post once, but if your community pushes you very well, you're likely going to stand a chance to win, to compete for over 200,000 plus by just simply submitting a portrait. So I'm going to show, if we stay to the end, I'll show you, the step-by-step of what you're going to do so that your first post can go out on Monday, and then so that we get a lot of people engaged. Because the truth is, it's literally going to be based on the people who, jump on it very fast. So again, I say that is, by the way, I just said I'll do that at the end of the conversations, but let me quickly help as many people that I can help tonight. So I want to know, for the people who are currently on live, tell me the level of your journey. What exactly is your problem right now? So that I don't just, share slides and I'm talking literally over your heads. Just tell me something very fast. Let me see. Right now, where are you in your journey? Just tell me where you are in your journey so that I know how I can help you. Like, even if you don't come to our community, we're very good, right? Trust me, the boot camps are very stressful for me. They're not exactly what I like doing often, because again, like I said, most of the people who will join me now will give me another set of sleepless nights, which is not bad, at least provided that you have help, provided that you found help. There are lots of people whom of course the event was short notice too, but most of the people that we have on board, got the opportunities right in the first week. I have lots of people who had, I think, like 2 or 3. I think Nene had like 2 gigs in our first week of conversations in camp. But mind you, it's a whole year. But for people who are hungry, it's easier for you to get your result as fast. Some people are already juggling, 9 to 5 and doing some of our activities, missing the classes and all that. But this is those people that were able to be, available right now. Okay, go ahead, please. Just be telling me what your problem is. Exactly. Many applications. For me, when I showed up on LinkedIn too, I went on those application spree. And one of the things I noticed that lots of them, I was getting lots of rejections, lots and lots of rejections, until I started doing something different. And those are some of the things I'm going to be talking about now. Okay. I get a lot of inbound leads anyway. I do. I get a lot of inbound leads. I think I shared it. Which week? There was a week that I had almost 10 cold emails asking me if I was interested in roles, and I posted it on LinkedIn. I took screenshots and I posted them. So there are many things which I'm going to try to discuss some of them this night, but we might not be able to, because it's more practical when you do it like what we do in camp. We do it. I see what you've done. I give you feedback. You correct it. We go back and forth until you get it right. But like, I can't do all that for you here because again, this doesn't really allow for much conversations. So we're going to, let me just see quickly. Please put as many. Let's just be seeing the conversation so that I'm working on consistency and getting results. I said a lot of people have been, bastardize that word consistency. In fact, literally, I have PTSD anytime I hear consistency, because I know that anybody who is talking about consistency, they're just talking about posting. And they think that that's what they are there to do. Well, if you're a social media manager, you're a visibility coach, your consistency can literally be just showing up because you can sell your metrics. But if you are not a LinkedIn or a visibility coach, like LinkedIn visibility coach, content strategist, social media manager, posting is nothing. Please just remember I'm saying this. Your engagement of your post is balderdash. And of course, why are you guys on this call? Because you see me and you've known me, right? But I'm telling you the truth. 1,000 likes and comments, if it is not likes and comments that you are selling, which is visibility, that means if you're somebody who probably have cracked the algorithm code, you can easily sell visibility and people will buy because the evidence is on your post. So for some people I've jumped on one-on-one calls with a lot of people. They will just say, oh, this particular coach told me that I should just be posting. Hey God. And the person who told you to just be posting is a visibility coach. So there's a direct relationship between the person's post and making sales, because the numbers on their post is an evidence that they've cracked the algorithm. But your monetization, you're a business strategist. Who told you that likes and comments is a proof of your wit? Ngozi Kamado. So I'll say it again. Most times visibility is an applause for your writing content game. So people in the ghostwriting niche, content strategies niche, yes, that can be a proof, right? So anytime somebody is saying building visibility, you better know what you're doing. Okay, well, that's why we're here to talk, right? You better know what you're doing. And again, try to find people who are in your niche. Try to find people who are in your niche, and not just people who are in your niche, people who are doing well in your niche as much as possible. Even when I train, even though my trainings are very, very broad, I still push my students to seek specific help, right? I will give you specific help because I'm intelligent like that, but I'll still tell you to go on to do further research, because not all visibilities will work for everyone. In fact, I worked with somebody recently on a project, and that person has an average of sometimes 300 on a post, 500 on a post. But when that project was launched, the person could barely have 5 people come on board. So I'm saying it now so that you borrow sense. And again, like I said, from the visibility coach's point of view, content strategist point of view, some of them, they don't even know. They don't even know that they're not supposed to teach you they are supposed to teach you visibility specific for your niche. The whole idea is that you're just going to be visible, then you're going to be depending on, brand deals. Throughout this week, I did a whole lot of posting, then I went for a retreat. I had one brand deal or the other every day, like almost every day. Let's say maybe 1, 2, 3. I had conversations with 3 different companies for brand deals. And yes, it works, right? But come and do the total of how much they are offering you. And then how much are you even believing for? Maybe we should start from there, because a lot of people are confused about what they came on LinkedIn to do. So you think because you can garner 500 people on your post, then you automatically have $2,000 per month. Again, in my last camp, there's somebody, I wish she was even here, right? Who got a client who paid out $3,000 for one gig. There are people who have 100,000 followers who have never had $3,000 paid at once. I'm saying this now so you start understanding that there's how visibility works. So how do you say it? Something don't weak. What's that word? Or I somersault, I dance. If you think that's what visibility is all about, yes, if you're a content strategist, maybe you showed up on LinkedIn to become an influencer, which is already somewhat a disadvantage, because we're looking at, if you're having visibility, what is the buyer capacity of your network? Will people from the UK, the US bring you on board to have a brand deal with your circle of influence? It's almost impossible, because they're the ones who will pay you those 5,000 deals, $10,000 deals. So it means that you're still going to rest on the 50K. I'm sorry, guys, for exposing some people. 100K, max 200K, 250, maybe 500. 500 is the highest I've gotten. And trust me, I'm not sure most people get that opportunity. There's something I said, though, that made somebody give me 500. It was not just posts. I jumped on the call and I changed the entire trajectory of the marketing strategy that made me earn that much. So if I was still saying likes and comments, that means they will come and meet me and say, oh yeah, post for me 50K, post for me 100K, and that will be it. So I'm just trying to, I hopefully I will jot our minds. Let me see how much time I have to do this so that you don't confuse it. Please, I don't want anybody, anyway, like I said, I might be misunderstanding what visibility means to you. If visibility means for you to just post, that's what you're trying to do, I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. Knowing how to position for the right clients and get them to work for me, very easy. That's very easy. Inbound leads getting very easy. I'm struggling I'm struggling to land clients. Getting inbound leads that convert easily. Okay, so maybe let me even take a jab at this person. I think it's Gift. Let me pull her up. So just imagine that you are a beginner on something. You probably just started out on something, or you showed up on a platform. And when you showed up, you're hearing people who are having likes, 500 likes and comments, 100 likes and comments, 200 likes and comments, talking about inbound leads. You too, you want to join them. And like I said, there's no problem. We can get inbound leads from profile visitation. We can optimize for the people who are going to join the 7 days channel. I will optimize your profiles for you, right? But what I'm saying is that you will not wait, except you're not passionate about what you came online to do. Heck, no one is going to come and start finding you with your 2 likes and algorithm shutting you out somewhere. Algorithm purposely shuts you in for a moment. Sometimes they try you because they want you to pay for ads, and it's simply business, right? Completely business. So what you want to do is you're outbound, which is what we have. We have materials for all the people who are going to join. It's called the DM strategy. You know how to reach out to people. Okay, if you cannot even afford maybe joining on the 7 days challenge, what I did was I broke it into 2. The people who can enter the 7 days challenge can enter. The people who can wait for the Founders Forge can wait for the Founders Forge. Whatever you can afford. Okay. So, but if you're a newbie, you're barely having reach, please get your opportunities first. It's even when you get opportunities and you announce, oh, I just landed an international remote job, you see 500 likes and comments you go from 20 to 500 likes and comments real quick because you have results. What people actually celebrate on LinkedIn is results. Point blank, storytelling, point blank, ability to take people through your journey, point blank, your success story, point blank, before and after, point blank. Your ability to, understand a conversation, build relationships, that's what people celebrate. So you show up on LinkedIn and you're waiting for inbound leads. If it's my church, my pastor will say, Ebili, somebody's blowing bees on your brain because you will not wait. Like I told you guys, that was exactly how I got my 5 remote work job in my first week on LinkedIn. I did not wait. Okay, so class is in session. Let me look quickly into what everybody is saying. I'll try my possible best to go through the slides. For those who will join us. And then we'll continue. What I want to do is I'll separate 7 days and we'll do daily, or we'll do 3 times in a week, and then we'll absorb whoever will join us into the community as well. Okay, so positioning the right way. Okay, so I'm a content writer strategist having issues with getting leads on LinkedIn. This is your place. So you cannot be a content strategist and you're looking for jobs. You're not doing work. Yeah. So let me jab you small. I hope you're not a chronic procrastinator or a lazy person. Okay, so hopefully I know that we're fixing it this night. Kindly, guys, share the live events. Let's have a lot of people come on board. If you shared it before, go ahead and share again. It's not bad. I don't know. Is it me or I'm not seeing people from my end? Are there people on this live? If you're here and you're ready for the class, say ready. Let me be sure that I can. Okay. I think my light is a lot too. My light is so much. It looks very good in the studio, but it's not looking nice backstage. Okay, so let's go. So, okay. So I'm going to be, let me look into the conversations very fast so that I'll make sure that every conversation I'm going to hold is tailored. You must go out to catch the fish. Yes, exactly. Visibility with the right strategy. Exactly. Honestly, true. People love celebration on LinkedIn. Simple and short. If you're serious, you get all the visibility with your results. Okay, so I've been deceived myself. Inbound leads with my dear, your own is you need a deliverance. Please, can we all pray for Tochi? We're in session, guys. Let's pray for Tochi. That means more inbound lead. In my tribe, my dad was saying on Obani me, that means you drunk and it's coming out from your nose. Hey. So how can I utilize LinkedIn visibility to get a job? And that one is very easy now. It depends on your niche. It depends on your niche. So I said it again. I said most times some of your evidence will not be in your post. The fact that you're having reach means nothing for some niches. Nothing. Nothing for your niches. The only thing is that it can give you a thought leadership energy. That means you can have opportunities to be invited to events, speak on platforms, but it doesn't validate excellence. It doesn't validate that you know what you're doing. You probably can be copying a foreigner's post, and you're posting it every day and you're getting all the likes and comments until they bring you on board. So in my tribe, that means your eyes will just open. Okay. So let me see. I'm at the beginning stage. I don't know how to position myself as a trained. Okay. Don't know how to get it. Wahala. You don't know how to position yourself as a trained ESL teacher. That means you already even grabbed the position and you're saying you don't know how to position yourself. You didn't just say teacher. You went and grabbed the position, but you don't know how to position yourself. Like I said, when I see conversations like this, I know that there are people who just showed up on LinkedIn and saw people and copied them. You don't want to do that for your soul. You don't want to do that. When you jump on calls with people, it will be very, very hard for you to convince them to bring you on board for anything. Don't do that to yourself. So somebody say I've got brides, Ige. I'll tell you story. In my tribe, it's called Akuko. As if you say you don't have deals on this LinkedIn and you're not procrastinating and you're doing all the right things you're supposed to do. I'll say again, story. Because again, wisdom is known with her children. That means if you know exactly what to do, you will get opportunities. In fact, you don't know that people who are in sales, right? I saw, what's his name? Alex Hamosi hiring the other day. And he said that his sales team must call 200 people per day. See, let me ask you guys, is there anybody here on this call that reaches out to 200 clients daily and say they don't have job opportunities? Anyway, if you're badly positioned or you're like somebody who is now saying that he's a ESL teacher and he doesn't know how to position, but he went and grabbed the position. I mean, you not just niche down, you niche down to something and you're saying you don't know how. So it means that if you will niche down, that means you have positioned yourself somewhere. So you cannot say you don't know how to, but you've grabbed somewhere. You can tell me I don't know how to if you're saying that, oh, you're a teacher, I'm a math teacher, I just started on my journey online, I don't know exactly how to go about conversations around, I don't know what will be a relevant niche to teach, on LinkedIn. But you're already positioned, my sweetheart. Like again, I say, I hope you didn't copy. If not, it don't be. Okay, so let me look at the comments again. So that'll be very fast. Okay, I think I missed something is wrong. I can't seem to click that particular question. It's not going down. No problem. I'll just keep moving. I'm having a cold studio. Okay, somebody said, should I focus on cold pitches or getting clients is still, huh? Okay, I think I saw someone say, as a conversions copywriter, you see some of our positioning. Do you know what it means to convert? Like, if you're a conversions copywriter, that means you know exactly what to do to get people to come on board. So all of you will not just be shooting ourselves for food. Sorry if you're an international client here. I just meant that everybody They're just shooting themselves on their foot by themselves. So if you say you're a conversions copywriter, that means you know exactly what to do to convert clients, because you cannot be promising that for your clients and you cannot do it for yourself. Okay, let me just be shooting you guys. Let me bring in Mother Eagle energy. Okay, so maybe because I will help us a lot. Let me remove you let me remove you from, so that it doesn't look like I'm spotlighting the fact that you didn't know that. I'll be catching you guys like this, small. Please be talking. Oh, your deliverance is here. I'm getting visibility, but it's not bringing inbound leads. Exactly. This is somebody also saying conversations like that. Visibility is not, it's visibility depends on your niche. Visibility depends on your niche. It depends. The question is not just your niche. Your niche is depending on your niche in the sense that where are your target audience? Are your target audience on LinkedIn? So I saw somebody who showed up on LinkedIn and you say you're building personal brand for healthcare professionals. And you're building, in fact, should I remove my glasses? You're building personal brands for healthcare professionals. And all you're doing is posting because you're looking for inbound lead. Your mumu not too much. Or let me put it together. Our mumu not too much. So that you don't think that maybe I'm coming at you. I'm coming at myself. I will not even do that. So I probably, let's say real estate now. You want to get people to buy, right? And you know that your clients are likely high-end, high-ticket professionals, because they really need to be people who invest in Africa. If at all your aim is to get international clients buying those real estates, then you now post in the money. Then you do like this. Thank God it's Friday. Then you take off, or thank God it's Monday, or my community. So people are saying community. You too, you follow them. Today is going to be Mother Eagles Roast. In fact, I should have written the name of this event as Mother Eagles Roast. I'll finish a lot of people today, so let's go. Okay. Get clients and inbound leads. Okay. Not knowing how to get. Okay, beautiful. Let me see what is going on here. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I know that the network, I can see people fluctuate in and out, but I think YouTube is fairly stable. For the people who can catch up with us, they're still very good. Not knowing how to. I positioned myself showing up regularly, but I haven't landed. The only showing up that is called showing up is showing up in front of your clients. So if your post is part of a system, it is not the system. Posting is not the system, it's part of a system, especially if you are not serving LinkedIn. Visibility coaches are serving LinkedIn. Content writers are serving LinkedIn because they are saying LinkedIn account managers are serving LinkedIn. But if you think you just come and post and you call that showing up, it's well with you, my love. Okay, as a marketing manager, would you say is a niche that needs high LinkedIn visibility? Marketing basically is revenue based. It needs evidence, money. So even if you have a high traffic, max you can do is rock you for influencer marketing. It will not be the main marketing niche. Influencer marketing is just the niche. If you want to get high visibility and you want to do influencer marketing, my dear, by all means, it means you have to be reaching out. But the problem with this influencer marketing most of the time is that most international clients might not work with you because they don't think that your audience, which is fair enough, your audience can't pay for what they are likely going to market. Maybe, sometimes, depending on, of course, the kind of, what do you call it? The kind of product. If it's a low ticket product, maybe like all these $9, $10 conversations, they can maybe bring you on board. But if it's like how they sell, you can see the average coach. Jasmine, $1,000, $1,500. Who else? $2,000. What's his name? They pay for their camp. So is it you that will market that one? How many Nigerians will pay $2,000 to join camp on LinkedIn visibility? So you can see that. Or let's say maybe a founder who is selling high tickets opportunities, they might not bring you on board, right? And then again, some people are just generally biased. They feel like the African community is not a paying community. I don't want to stand by that, right? But you need to know your if you're saying marketing manager, that is a blanket statement, right? If you're an influencer marketer, beautiful. That means your visibility will literally, people can pay for your visibility, but your as a marketing manager or a marketing strategist, you need a whole lot of results. You've worked with clients, you've gone on campaigns. It's money. We're talking money. Did it work? Did the marketing, let's say, well, I can't say it's money wholly, but did the marketing produce money? That's how they judge it was helpful. How was the adoption? Anyway, it depends on the aim of the campaign. Okay, if it's awareness, did people eventually get to know the, do people eventually get to know the business, or how many conversions, how many people came on board, conversations like that. So yes, it's not, in fact, most of the people, all the marketing managers I've worked with in all these particular companies that I've had to collaborate with them to work on board, literally almost all of them don't have LinkedIn presence, right? Some of them don't even post every day, but they are in those meetings holding conversations. They're coming up with ideas. They are studying brands. They are studying how to tweak their brands to favor, visibility for their brands. Like the strategy behind it, not necessarily posting. They can get other people to post, which is part of it. And I don't know why you're asking me this if you're a marketing manager. So again, I said some of you have carried obobo niches that just 4 hours, maybe 1 hour a day. You clarify all this is because you will jump on a call with some of these founders and they're asking you questions and you cannot defend what you say you do. And I said again, the best niching down you can do is niche down with evidence. Okay. So like I said, this meeting, you people have now carried me away because I noticed that there are lots of newbies here. There are lots of newbie. Yes, so somebody said away. Yes, Alex Hamosi. Some of you who are looking for a job, you're saying you want to learn international remote job. Alex Hamosi advertised his sales associates, and you're supposed to call 200 people per day. How many people can do that for their business? How many people? So if somebody's saying I'm not a procrastinator, just the question is lay leg. Look at your mouth. Who is that person that said I'm not a procrastinator? I bet you don't know. So you see people making announcements every day on LinkedIn. You don't know that they are doing something. Because a visibility coach told you to just post and you just followed the person. And I said it will favor the person. Of course, what are you going to do? You're going to teach what you've experienced. And it's not like the person is lying. The person is excellent. But it's not for your niche, my love. So whoever it is, somebody said, I'm now beginning to think, did you copy? Of course you copied. You just need to sit down back. And that's why for me, I always share those videos. The why video, if you're in my community, I'm sure by now you've seen it. I locked it because I don't want anybody to easily have access to that video so that people can always jump on board, to come on board and learn how to decide what your why is. Sometimes your why is not even away from your stories, your experiences. You're the one who is looking for one high following stuff. In the international remote workspace, nobody cares about your certifications except it's relevant to what you want to do. So if we say marketing manager or marketing strategist, that means you think you must have read marketing in school. That's balderdash. Right? People want to know that you have that acumen, you have the portfolio, you've worked on campaigns, you've increased numbers. They want to see a journey between your marketing and sales and then the revenue correlations. So again, some of you just went on and took up niches that you don't even know anything about. You guys are fearless, so when I don't fear myself, I mean, it means that most of the, please, if you know you've passed from this preliminary stage, like you know everything you're supposed to do, please talk, because now I'm just seeing that a lot of people who are talking apparently did darker painting. Somebody said, and we did complain about 10 daily. Sincerely, jokers. God, I don't know. Please, Mother, you go leave me alone. No, I don't want to give people sleepless nights this night. And I've not even started my teachings. Okay, so let me be seen. I really need to understand myself because I'm confused. I have many skills. I don't know which one to go with. I'm stuck with marketing strategies and virtual assistant, but I'm doing Okay, beautiful. I'm doing better a bit, but no leads yet. Ha! Va! So you guys can see what is going on. Like, you are a marketing strategist. You are a marketing strategist. That means you're able to help someone get leads, get awareness, get people to see products enough to get buys, but you can't do it for yourself. Okay. Okay. If you understand, clock it. Okay. So let's see. So I think I'm enjoying this class. If not, I would have just So these are the people I would have been teaching one hot things. Hey, boot and shy. When the foundation of the house is shaking. Whether you're someone that converted from medical virtual assistant to executive. My dear, you did well, oh, right? You did well. The only thing is, if you have those, if you had the skills of all those, what did he call it? Medical records, all those hyper regulations and all that, it just meant that you needed to intensify your outreach if that's really what you wanted to do. And MVAs, you're likely going to have, you will be needed. That's just the truth. But if you're too lazy for outreach, you want low hanging fruit, you want inbound leads. Ngwana now, you have gotten it, but please don't be moving around too much. Even as a what did you call it, executive assistant that you left on your profile, you can still reach out to healthcare companies, speaking to them directly, and they will bring you on board for anything at all. The only thing is, of course, when you're writing, you can tell them you have an MVA certification, or you've worked with, if you have history of working with those people. Again, I know that most of you niche down without experience. When I get mine though. So when you're telling them that this is what I'll do, how do you prove that this is what you do? You guys are making me very funny today. Okay, so what about data analyst? Okay, what do you want to ask me about data analyst? Tell me, my love. Okay, so let's see. Let's be going. As a marketing manager, would you say that this niche that... Okay, no, I think I've answered that question before. Okay, I want to collaborate with other professionals. Okay. Okay, you want to work with brands that help women as a registered nurse. Hey, I don't understand that conversation. I think there's an error in the sentence. Somebody said, "Thank God it's Friday." My dear, thank God it's Sunday. Guys, you people want me? Do you want me to just move stuff about above your head, or I should tell you the truth? If you want me to tell you the truth, just write the truth. Right? The truth. Let's do TT. If you want me to tell you the truth, I'll tell you the truth. Please talk. Oh, if you're on this live event, at least let me do some form of diagnosis. I will be helping a lot of people here, because a lot of people are seeming not to understand what is going on LinkedIn, and they are jumping around, posting, jumping around, saying first to comment, first to fly around, first to somersault, first to dance a willow, first to have 500. Oh, yesterday I had 500 plus engagements. You're not selling likes and comments. Abi, you don't know that they sell like and comments. Visibility coaches will sell that for you. Content writers can say that yes, their content engage people, and so they can sell it, right? They have evidence of that. You that you're somersaulting, what's the relationship between 500 likes and comments, MVA, medical virtual assistant who doesn't have clients? And I say again, it's possible that you can have 500 likes and comments, like I do have some of the time, but I'm a monetization strategist. Can my posts prove that I can help people, build pipelines that scales their business? No, except I write evidence. Even evidence-based posts sometimes don't do so well, except you are celebrating, right? And I say again, it's possible that I will still post with my 500 likes and comments. In fact, I can have 1,000 plus likes and comments on a post, and I'll tell you I can help you make money. And some of you will not believe, because again, 1,000 likes and comments has no relationship with money. But if I post tomorrow and I say I want to launch a visibility challenge with a 1,500 likes and comments, you will see people inside cohorts like EGG. So in my tribe, EGG means flies. So it means that my evidence is on my posts. Some niches don't have evidence on their posts, except you write it. So I somersault. My somersault gang. In fact, maybe we'll start using that word now. I somersault gang. I hope you're waking up right now, B. Okay. So content writer specializing in article writing, research writing, script writing. I'm pitching myself. Help me grow and check my page. Who is this person now? I'm pitching myself. I'm interested in internship. Una Bila. Sorry, guys. You guys are just making me laugh today. What is going on? See me that came with slides, Obobo slides, thinking that I would just come and bamboozle people. Look at the people I would have been talking heavily over their heads. God have mercy. I will roast though. Please, you guys permit me to roast. I just started my social media management career. I need enlightenment on how to get clients on LinkedIn. Okay, beautiful. You just started. That's lovely. When you say social media, where is your specialization? Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X? Where have you won before? In my tribe, it means that's the question I'm asking. Where have you won before? Did you just say, I'm going to do social media management? Just like that, over the board. No evidence. Somebody said you go explain. Hey, Chimo, look at the people I came to do 7 days as I wanted to finish you guys with stuff. Ashe, alas, if these people enter DM, they will be saying, who is this person? What is this person talking about? Okay. Somebody said, I woke up for this meeting. Okay. So, okay. Don't worry, I'll teach you guys something as well. Don't bother so much about the roasting. I'm here for you, right? And I always tell us every time I have a background in medicine. So if I'm doing this, there's nobody who cannot do anything. Ask the people in my community what I do with them. There's nobody. In fact, our week 1, we had already done I think we did 10 hours plus class in our week 1. We did 1 4 hours, 3 hours. Yes, we had crossed it, if not 11 hours. So I know they agree. Somebody say everyone's ass. I was like, today is called the roast session. I should have written it. Maybe the next event we're going to host, maybe somewhere in July, I'll call it the roast. Let me roast the people because when I know they hear word, this I've been wanting to tell people on my post. I finally have caught all of you together. Okay, so how do I get clients via LinkedIn? I've been posting my work. ICPs are here. SaaS founders, excellent. Adachuku. Yes, your ICPs are here, right? Your ICPs are here. If they are SaaS founders, then you know that they are busy. So you're gonna meet them where they are. There are other routes which I have taught you, Adachuku. Okay. Were you in camp? No, I don't think so. If it's SaaS founders, they are also very busy, even though they are here. So you have to reach out. I worked with many SaaS founders because I reached out, and there is how I go about it. The only visibility that benefits you is the one that puts you in front of your ideal, simple and short, right? Like I said, I give you guys two major, what do they call it? 2 major journeys you can take. So you can get visibility specific for your ideal clients, or you can get visibility for thought leadership. But the problem is that if you've never worked with your ideal clients, what exactly are you going to be talking about when they invite you to speak? My love, thought leadership likes traffic on posts. Thought leadership means that, people are resonating with what you're teaching, right? People are seeing what you're doing. But the question is, you've not met your ICPs, you've not solved problem with them, you don't have evidence. So the visibility you're getting, if they bring you on board to come and speak, what exactly are you going to be speaking? And that's why some of you used to shake like bitter leaf when you have an opportunity to speak. Some of you pee on yourself, poop on yourself, and all that. And I'm telling you that those things are 2 different things, right? Very 2 different things. But again, my own take is, please, if you have visibility, sell it. Be a visibility coach until you figure out yourself. So this is me saying the other side again. For the people who have very good visibility, you can sell it if you can sit down and document the journey of how you broke in. Okay, show in front of your clients. Well done. Thank you, Esther. So let's see. My problem is getting remote job as a recent graduate. What is this now? Teresa, I'm sure you're probably just showing up at this live now because there is literally no relationship between being a graduate. People are in school and getting jobs, and you're saying recent graduates. You have mind though. There's no relationship between Okay, there's no relationship. Okay, I think someone's talking to me backstage. Thank you so much, Faith. I noted. Um, which of the link are you dropping? Just let me know. But I'll put it on here. I'll tell you guys some of the things that we can do together. But let me just help as many that I can help on this call. Apparently, I will not need my slides because what is going on in these comments is causing Akwandede. Okay, so please, how do I get as an email marketing strategist? The word is boot and shy. So you're an email marketing strategist and you're asking how to get clients. Inokwa. Which side of LinkedIn did I enter today? Who are the people that reposted this these what did they call it, these events today? Please, guys, I need someone to talk to me. Who are the people that reposted? I want to know. But you're a marketing strategist and you're an email marketing strategist and you're asking me how you can have a client. So you want to turn me into a British woman through your results. So, guys, that means we actually don't sit down and meditate what we call ourselves. And you don't understand that. Like I told them yesterday, you don't understand that you are the job. Like you are your job. That means you are the job before the job. You are the job before the job. Okay, if there's anything you're going to work out of this live event today, just know that you are the job before the job. That means anything you said you want to do for somebody else, you do it for yourself. So how do you know you can become an email marketing strategist for someone else when you have not used the tool you're promising somebody else? So wait, excuse me. What exactly do you think you want to send for that person? You think that the person just wants to send emails to a crop of people for sending sake? That the person is not getting clients from the email marketing? Okay, I think there's something wrong. It's probably some of the classes that some of us went. And I know that some of you just get into some of those cohorts and then they train you, then they tell you that this is what you are. You did not practice because all the marketers in this place, you people know, we're niche siblings, right? You guys know that we are together in this drama, and it's kind of disturbing to see this. In fact, your own is your super niched. You cannot be super niched without evidence. You're super niche. That means you didn't even say you're a marketing strategist in the sense that, oh, you'll be discussing, okay, let's send email. Even if you don't know how to do it, you say, okay, let's call email marketing person to just come on board and do it. Your own is that you are an email marketing strategist and you're asking me how to get a client. You don't mean it. So my sweetheart, you're the job before the job. Everybody is going to literally live here with that. That means if I say, especially for the marketing strategists, you can't say you don't have clients. In fact, if I had my way, I would have just been removing you guys from this call, because it's not adding up, my love. I will not even post your comments so that nobody will see you. My challenge is not knowing how to get clients and lead on LinkedIn. I'm a startup founder. Beautiful. That's lovely. That's lovely. Onyechi, you can always, you're in the right place. I actually have a book on converting posts to clients. Okay. As someone who is developing her skills in branding, I get confused on how to what? Please, guys, what is going on today? Is it because what is going on today? My love, do you know what branding is? You're literally the chief architect positionist. Oh, chim. What is going on? How do we do this? What can I do for you guys now? What can I do for you guys? Okay, admin virtual assistant. That one is very, very easy. Okay, the real visibility is showing up in front of your clients. Beautiful. This is the best live class I've been on LinkedIn. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so as a startup operations manager for a study abroad company, would you advise LinkedIn visibility? Yes, you want more clients. So why won't you be visible? And thought leadership, I told you guys, if you're already having, so the way you said it, that means you already have results. Those are the results you should be talking about. Let people call you and ask you how you got that opportunity. That people, that means you can also see a possibility on training others, right? Then you can talk about, you can, I cannot be giving you my cheat sheet now, but yes, you need it. Visibility is getting seen by the right clients. Beautiful. So let me see. I jumped on a call with the Portuguese solid. My goodness. So you see that these are some of the challenges. I will not spotlight that comment so that it doesn't expose her. But then yes, that's what will happen to you if you don't even know what is obtainable for your niche. This thing that we're talking about, I mean, literally positioning yourself to say you solve a problem in a niche when you actually don't know how to deploy that niche for yourself is a big problem. Okay. Okay, so let me be going. Let's see. For my first job. Okay, let me see. Yes, I think I'm liking some of the conversations that are here. Okay, so you can see Mary Daisy was saying for her first job, they used to target 700 calls per day. So, man. Apparently, I think the thing is that we are confusing where we have been, like I said, that's part of the things I noticed over the time. A lot of us are listening to coaches that are unrelated to our niche or are not aware of our niche. Those are two different kinds of awareness. So they will teach you, and it's not bad. That's what coaching is. You teach people where you've experienced, and that is excellent, provided you have an experience. The only problem is that you'll be there also, you'll be watching the coach win while you're just asking yourself, Obobo likes and comments, and this thing is not converting. That's when you now know that, oh, this person taught you generics. You need to synthesize what it is for your niche. Okay, so beautiful. Somebody said, I do more than. Okay, so I think and our time is fast spent. A lot goes behind every job landing celebration. Very true. No, the thing is that what people don't understand about job landing celebration post, oh, it was an inbound link. See, guys, except you're not trying to build a business. Do you know what remote? Let me even remove these glasses. Do you know what remote roles are? Do you know what remote roles are? Do you know what remote work is? There is no guarantee. I don't think a lot of you understand what is going on. There is no guarantee. That means you can be working on a project and the project closes off. And then you have to start looking for the next job. And you cannot afford to depend on inbound leads alone and writing content alone to get high quality clients. And again, there's a place of the working of the algorithm in keeping your people. You can see that in this live call today, a lot of Nigerians are commenting. So imagine that my goal is to work with international clients. So that means the algorithm generally puts me in front of people of my kind. So look at the way people are all talking now. Some of you don't even know what you're doing. And it's not in a negative way. There's nothing wrong with that conversation. I also was at the point where I didn't know what I was doing. In fact, the reason why I can talk to you guys like this is because every day I question what I'm doing. So I've never gotten to the point where I'll say, oh, I figured it out. My books, I reread them. I read my books the way I write by myself. I go still read them on an average, literally almost every week. Even when I was preparing for this meeting, I still had to read my book, but I wrote it, most of them from my brain, my stories. But I don't want to hear that my dots are not connecting in my brain. That's how we're raised, or we're what's the word? How we are trained as doctors, basically baselines. So, but the problem is that a lot of you don't ask yourself, why do you think I'm this niche? Why do I think that this is what I serve? Oh yeah, let me answer questions. Okay, so let me just do very fast. I think the way we've done, a lot of us need help. Literally. My advice is for us. Yes, the problem with even doing research and volunteering is that some of the people you volunteered to, like me, if you volunteer to me, I might not stress you so much because you're not my staff. I might not stress you so much. And then some of them, they are startup founders. They don't even know what they are doing. So they don't even know how to stretch you in the direction of what you want to do. So if you really want to get a very good volunteering role, you still have to do this work that I'm telling you guys that you have to do. Okay, so let me see what is going on in the comments. Ah. So I say no to Obobo niches. Faith, what is this now? This is my first time. How can I get visibility? Oh, now this one is very simple now. Both are together in this tamarind. God, I went back to cry. Oh, so sorry. At least you tried. You must keep trying, no? No giving up. Please start teaching Mama. How much do you pay me? See her amount. Stella success. Okay, for real, oh, he was asking me about what I do, and I was stammering for my own niche again. Yes, you need a lot of meditation. God, I beg. Okay, so let me see. I know what I'm offering. I have experiences, but not on LinkedIn. That bot is a big bot too. So your mind should not record that. That's just the truth. Your mind should not record that. Your mind should be able to synthesize it, how you can serve LinkedIn and serve right away. Okay, yes, I've removed your name, my love. Okay. Let me just go to most recent comments so that it'll be like I'm in tune with everybody because the studio is kind of delayed. I'm transitioning into a new career. Currently, I have started sharing on LinkedIn about topics I learned and research papers and reviews. The ideas is to have a job in that field. Am I doing the right thing? Of course. Of course, your reach will be tanked. Usually when you're transitioning, LinkedIn is asking questions. I hope that your profile is already reviewed, like you've optimized your profile to respond to your new niche and your new conversations also. But normally, when you're transitioning like that, it can affect your reach too. Okay. Marketers don't hear them today. Of course, my dear. They know the hear. How you go carry Obobo? Do you know what is marketing? Chimo, do you know what is marketing? You carry huge marketing and you're saying you don't have clients. How the client, so the clients that you want to come on board, how do you want them to believe you for God's sake? I mean, how make this thing make sense? Like when more. So if I bring you on board to be my marketing strategist, you now be telling me, man, how do we get clients for the cohort? Oh my God. Now we're not gonna make founder to have sleepless nights. Okay. See everywhere don't read. Yes, I'm the job before the job. How do I get a foreign remote before the end of this month? I have over 4 years experience. That's very good. End of this month might even be too much because a remote customer support role. How there are, of course, there are many things that are baseline for your skill. If you've done it for 4 years, that means you've worked. Have you worked in the international clients for 4 years? If you do that, then that should be easy. I don't know why that will be a problem. Okay, so let me go quickly. I think I've been able to. Okay. Oh, Chimodego. Pull down my name. Oh, I've removed it now. Are you guys still seeing your? Is anybody's name still on this place on the studio? No, I've removed the name. I need to know how to get clients. So I have landed. I've not landed the clients. Oh, beautiful. Nigeria problem is chopping our niche. Yeah, sorry about that. I have managed my own business in the past, worked as a customer service removal company, and I did communication course. I took an IT course. I love customer support, but I'm having difficulty landing a remote role. Okay, those ones are very easy. Do VAs need visibility and can I coach others? Yes, now, if you're in the coaching niche, you need visibility because people need to know you. But then the kind of visibility you'd have is a visibility of evidence, right? That means you growing from the point of evidence that this is what you've done for people. So if you teach people VAs, what is the outcome of those programs, right? But then you have to try. There's how to enter. It's very easy. Yes, so coaches need visibility because you want to have basic likability. People should just, that's why you guys are calling me Mother Ego. You should just know me and like me, right? So that's coaches need visibility. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Awesome. My dear, sorry guys. So I think I've come. I might not read everyone. This is strange. Oh. Some of the questions I'm seeing in the comments is actually very, very strange. And I'm wondering why. Okay. Okay. So no problem. Like I said, what I'll do is we have just a very short time today because again I said I've noticed that it seems like I came with a sledgehammer to a fist fight. Okay, I came with a sledgehammer to a fist fight. I'll start something. Then what we'll do is as many that can join us, I'll just drop the link. As many that can join us in the 7 days challenge is not free. And the reason why it's not going to be free is that people are lazy. I don't know. I've seen it over and over again. If you want to try my ingenuity, just know that I have coached people for close to 9 months on an average without charging them anything. That means I carried them in the community. But again, I always see the patterns. Most people who don't have anything in exchange for what is given to them, they don't use it. And I think it's the law of life. I cannot explain it, but most times I really don't care. I just want to make sure that I'm helping somebody out right there. But again, I cannot be pouring in my energy to people who are too busy or who feel like, okay, maybe what I'm teaching is not so important enough, and so they don't show up. So I don't do that to myself ever. Even life events, I promised myself that I wasn't going to do any free life events ever again. But again, thank God I came today, because I think this is God also showing me the fact that a lot of people really, really need help, because they are just hanging around thinking that they're doing the right thing when they are not. Okay, so that's why I will not regret, I will not regret. Okay. That's why I will not regret showing up. But normally I promised myself that I wasn't going to do that. So what I'll do is for the people who will join us, I'll just drop the link in the 7 days. It's going to be very low tickets, very, very low tickets. It's not the same as what we do in the Founders Forge. The Founders Forge is for the whole year. But for the land your remote role in 7 days challenge, I am going to make it a low ticket. In fact, I want to change it right now. Initially I wrote it a particular um price, but I'm going to change it, and I'll tell you guys when to go in, and I'll change it back because my team wants to do something around ads around it. So I'll drop it in the group for people who care. I don't, like, sincerely on God. Hey, if I catch myself, it's not even the first thing I want to do. I don't want to work with people who are careless. That's why I cannot just, leave things very open to people like that and just let them come in. Some of them will even decide when they show up for my class. People don't understand that I have a medical brain. I'll say it again. I have a medical brain. So those things affect me a lot. Literally, when people don't take seriously my sacrifices. Sometimes, like, literally every boot camp, I have a whole fresh curriculum. But the body language of the campus also make me either I hold back or I continue again, because some people also, after a while, they can always be saying that they want result, but they are not ready to really make the sacrifices that in that result. So I said for the 7 days remote role, I'm going to change the setting right now to make it I'll make it at I'll make it at I'll make it at 10,99999, so that anybody that wants to come in can come in. For those people who are in dollars, definitely, please, you pay higher, right? Because I don't want. I've also realized that international clients who also jump on my calls, when they pay and they don't feel the payment much, they don't take the classes seriously. I'll literally be pursuing them up and down. So they even make me what do they call it? They make me more um more. They train me a lot. It's trained me a lot. Okay, yes. So yes, so people are answering right now. Yes, you're the job before the job. So I'll go on YouTube and paste it there. For those people who want to join us, one of the things I'll do is I'll help you niche down and very fast within that days. But you have to catch up with me. Like I said, I have lots of energy. I can teach for. You can ask the people in class. They're the ones who used to run away, and frankly, they discourage me. This is me exposing all of them. Some of those my students. I'll come so that I will finish people. Like I'll finish them. Then I'll just be seeing everybody screaming, "Eh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm tired. I'm this." I say, okay. You think that the people who are winning in life are the people who are always claiming weaknesses. You can't really push so further if you are you can't really push so much if you're always concerned about your body. For me, having results is more important, at least in certain phases. I'm going to tell us the concept of that. It's called total immersion. If you're in a phase of your life where everything is blurry and what's the word? Everything is blurry and you're always having depression tendencies of people are moving away very fast, or when you compare yourself with your friends, you're not doing well. There's a concept called total immersion. And sincerely, when I had the Founders Forge, that's what I had in mind. I wanted to have people that I will catch, literally catch them, do them, press their head. It's like they're going to be in a pool of knowledge and I'll press their neck inside. But like, of course, some people, once they start getting results, their hands off, which is very good. It's part of what I want as well, right? But then I've also realized that some people, they say they want results, but they are not willing to make sacrifices. And I'm saying all these businesses and companies that you're seeing hanging around, you're the one who is looking for a job. But those companies that are giving out the job are simply, they're simply mirroring what you can do for yourself that will help you get those roles. That's just the truth. That's what they are doing. So you come on board, you get hired, they're telling you to call 200 people a day. Your brain will not tell you that if you do that for yourself, that's how you're going to be getting clients. But of course, I noticed that most of you now, if you jump on calls, with the way you are, the likelihood of you landing those clients, you just embarrass yourself. But for me, I always have this conversation. In fact, I just jumped with on call with a UK client. Was it on Monday? And the words are always the same. I've heard it, and every single time I jump on a one-on-one call, it's simple. There's something about your energy. I want to work with you. No, I love the way you broke down this. That is what people want to hear. You don't jump on calls without people's solutions. And you can't have solutions if you don't go deep into your niche. If you don't go, so some people confuse posting every day for niche work. You don't mean it. You don't mean it. You better, if you enjoy posting so much, just become a content writer or visibility coach and make your small money. Just position as a visibility coach for executive. Maybe you can be charging people $3,000 and the rest. But don't deceive yourself, okay? Know how to ensure that you're farming specific for your niche. Can you guys all hear me? This one I'm seeing network here. Okay, beautiful. So for the people who are going to join us, please join us. Like I said, I had to turn it down. The price range was at 15 because I just want to work with people 7 days. I have a lot of energy. I realize that the more protracted I work with people, I'm not happy. I'm not happy because most times I have what I want to do for people, but they cannot match my energy. So most times I'm unhappy. So I just want something short burst where once you jump on board, when you're done, I'll put you in our general pool of community members. So, but then you have access to all the books, Land Remote Work. I already have, in fact, I think I should share it. I'll show you exactly what you're going to be doing every day. So every time we start with our why basics. If you join, for some of you who joined the general free group, you got to at least watch your why. So some of this, if you guys watched the why for this meeting before you came to this meeting, some of the questions you guys were asking, it wouldn't have even come up at all. Some of the questions you were asking wouldn't have come up if you had watched the why video that I made available, even though it's locked. I locked it, but if you're in that group, you would have had that available so that you can come on board. So like I said, what I can do for us is that this 7 days challenge, is going to be at 10,000, I think 10,999, right? We'll have as many people come on board for that, so that I will do intensive workshop for everyone. Like I said, my rule is always till the last person understands, except you're tired. So most times in my classes, people keep asking questions. If you're tired and have figured out what you want to do, you can just walk away. But people who want clarity can stay in the call. So that's what we're going to do for the 1 week. That's what we're going to do. So I'm literally compressing everything, and it's going to be specific for landing a job role. So we'll go from branding quickly, because we already have your why available for you. So we're going to go from branding to even content, conversion content where necessary. Then, of course, show you how you can land those roles, and exactly where to find people specific for your niches, how to study how they think. All those things are very easy. We'll do that in a week. That's how I want to do it. The class sessions will happen in 7 days, but I'll prepare you guys. That means every week I'll drop something for you to learn, right? I'll drop something for you to learn, so that it doesn't come at you. As in, I have lots of videos, so I'll drop those videos. Then when we're going to do the challenge week, we'll now open it up to everybody on LinkedIn, right? And then we'll put our pricing. Like I said, the pricing I put today is just for the people who are going to be on live. If you're on live today, it's going to be at that 10,999. But once we close off this live event, we're going to move it to the original price, when we're going to do, our marketing strategy and all that, and a lot of things that we're going to do to bring people on board. But please bear in mind that anybody who is joining this live, you're just joining, the wait list. So on the wait list, I'm going to teach you everything you're going to do day by day. We're breaking down everything you're going to do day by day till the last day. And then you are now absorbed into our community. We're resuming our weekly meetings from next week. So if you pay and you join us, you start joining us for the activities in our community. We pray, and then we ask questions every weekend on Friday, so that we can help you. So again, like I said, most of you, for me, maybe I should share some of my story. I didn't even know that the reason why I was anxious, right, for most in my life was because of the background, how I grew up. Like, my parents were very wealthy for their kind of business. My dad, did the one boy system. I don't know how many Igbo people are here. So my dad left home at 8 years old. He went and served one of his uncles who were very wealthy. The goal was to teach him the trade. So that's where all my marketing wits came from, and my business strategy, baseline. So that's why I'm a, growth revenue strategist. I've always done it. It's like 2 decades or more of that experience. So what my dad did was that he went directly. So what Cosmos Maduka, I don't know how many of you know Cosmos Maduka. There are certain tribes in the East that sell either motor parts. So Cosmos Maduka is from that sect that does motor parts. I would have called the name of that particular tribe. For my dad, their side, they do more of electronics. So some Igbo tribes sell specific, merchandises in Onitsha, if you grew up there. But that's what happened to my dad. So my dad was sent off to learn trade. So when we came into the picture, I think my dad got married when he was 25. So my dad came into the picture. My mom was also trading when she met him. So they're like a conglomerate of business people. And then I grew up. Then my mom started insisting on education. But my parents didn't really teach me much, because they didn't know much about that. They just started making their millions from basic business wits that I have right now, effortlessly, right? And that was how they were able to teach me all that. I learned anyway, negotiation, holding conversations with people, how to, cultivate the room, the energy, how to close a call. We have materials, all materials on that, like client acquisition masteries, how to answer, what did you call it? Negations, or let's say how to negotiate. That's the word I wanted to use. How to negotiate. For me, low ticket clients, I don't bother so much. If somebody, ask somebody, oh, you said you're interested in the let's say in the 7 days challenge, and you say you type, then you disappear, I will not bother so much, because it's low ticket. The energy to take me to pursue you, to pay me 10K, I'd rather pursue somebody who pay me $3,000. You get? So that's why I don't used to bother so much. If I leave this one open, after a while, by midnight, I'll change it back to the original price. Then I'll let my marketing team do their job, right? By the time we move it to the original price. But this is me just trying to tell you why I might not do so much of the pursuing. So I think back to my conversations. So I just generally had this, in terms of English, my parents could barely they don't speak much English even up to now. My mom speaks broken a lot. So when she comes for PTA, I'll be shy. And she now took us to very expensive schools. Somebody who didn't go to school took us to expensive school. Then we're like 7 of us. Sometimes our school fees per head then, as far back as then, can be almost 100K. So you can imagine my parents parting away with that much money, 7 people like per term. You know that they are not small people, but I was always ashamed when my parents came around. So it affected my, presentations, my ability to speak. But because my parents didn't teach me much, I learned a lot myself. So learning a lot means that it just made me voracious. I know that my parents are not going to teach me. I better learn this in class. Then I started teaching my siblings. But so that means generally I'm a wit person. When it's time to hold conversation, there is always that, that shyness of, hey, somebody knows my parents, or Vivian with your local parents, and some of these rich schools, there's this thing called reps. I don't know, for some of you who grew up in Jos, there's something called reps. So reps in basic English will be panache. That means somebody's ability to to do steez and all that. I mean, your parents will wear like heels and come for PTA and say, excuse me, objection. I'd like to say that my word didn't do that. But your parents want to talk. They will just speak Igbo, Hausa, mix everything together. So those things affected me badly and affected my self-esteem as well. So I didn't know. It made me super anxious. That means every time I want to, hold conversations, I'll be scared. Some of you might be going through some of those things in your journey and you have to fight it. Some things in your mind are making you feel like you're not worth it. In fact, when I showed up on LinkedIn, the quote, I think it was Ed Latimore, the quote that, in fact, for some of you who are going through the Founders Forge, right, you see that quote in my Founders Forge sales page. I said it outrightly, right? Most of the time, right, people who are making money not because they are better than you. In fact, the word, I think the quote is, people with half your knowledge are making 10 times more simply because you have a degree. Let me just, paraphrase it. Because you have a degree in not believing in yourself. So some of you, like I say again, you have not sat down with Synthesize. You just claim the niche. You don't know how. You don't know your worth. For some of you who have come to our live events all the time, we've talked about the Golden Circle, right? For the people who did the assignment, so Simon Sinek's Golden Circle, we've talked about it over and over again. That means people will work with you more if you have strengthened your why. This story I told you, there is if I meet a founder who is in the UK, who starts with having certain conversations around their childhood that is making it super hard for them to pivot, or they are just overwhelmed. If I share my story, it's called value matching, they are likely going to say, oh, let's work on board. I think we are related in so many ways. But some of you don't even honor your own journey. So you've not documented your why. You don't honor your own journey, but you want to help another person fulfill their why. So you find yourself hanging everywhere, working with anybody possible. And then whatever work or role you're getting is not relevant to your career progression. And your why helps you paint your picture of where you want to go to in the next few years. I have a map. Oh my goodness. I have a clear-cut map of what I want to do, right? If I'm getting visibility, I know exactly what that visibility is for. I know exactly why I will not share about monetization every day or how to land roles every day. I know how the importance of connecting with my community as well, because I want the bonding that is out of it. But when I showed up, literally almost every day, I talked about what I did because I needed people to know that this thing meant a lot to me. So at some point, I had to say bow that dash to reach, such that people have to understand that this is what I do. But right now on my feature session, I have records on my what did you call it? On my feature session, I have a video of just one bootcamp's results, right? And then on my sales page, I have lots of testimonials of people who have worked with me. So I'm not necessarily desperate for testimonials. So I can show up tomorrow now and tell you guys I just showed up to Somersault. and there's no problem. But the problem is that some of you who are just starting out to come and see some of these top creators, and you assume that because they are having reach, they have it all figured out. And I've told you guys again, it doesn't always work like that. I know. Okay. Faith, what you're posting is the wrong thing. I've posted the link that should be posted already. You're posting the wrong link. Maybe let me share it with you backstage. But I've shared it severally. Please, if you're interested in going on the challenge with me, right? If you want to go on that challenge with me, we're going to have 1 week where we will stretch. Like I said, I would have loved to make it long. My Founders Forge is a year long. And I even somehow regret that I made that promise, but I must keep it. I will keep it. Because again, I said people are lazy, very, very lazy. And it hurts me. I said because I have a medical brain. So I don't blame anybody. I don't blame anybody. If you're, that's why I have to be patient with you guys. But it's not funny. Please don't feel okay. Okay, so if you're interested in joining me for that 7 days, like I told you, it's going to be a wait list. So we'll have all of us stay, as many of us that can jump in on the 10,000 naira, just enter and just join the wait list. We'll do our own campaign. I'll change the pricing by midnight. What I wanted it to be was at least 3,000 per day. Everybody who is going to join. So that's literally going to be an average of at least 20,000 for the people who will miss this window. And it's not bad. Please take your time so that you can pay much, because even me too, let me not suffer for nothing. So what I'm going to do is, okay, I think I've dropped the link again. So that some of you, as many of you that can join us, just join us. Let's go in for that ride. What we'll do is all of us that pay will stay. We already have a WhatsApp group for all of us in the huge community. Once you pay, make sure you go to the community and sit in pretty. What we'll do is that we'll do all our strategy, but I'll be like every week I'll give you tax so that 10,000 we're going to maximize it in that week. Trust me, one of my class with you, your brain will open, because on an average, I say again, sometimes I teach up to 4 hours. Yesterday, I taught a class for 1 hour and they paid 5,000 for that class. So it's not like I'm not aware what I can do in terms of monetization. But if I am charging you, it's because I really want you to sit up. Like I said, I'm still going to say it. A lot of people are lazy. And you can't. And then I also understand the laziness. It's not like I'm insulting you. It's possible that you've, worked with people, maybe your background, you've not been able to stretch. That's why most times I leave the community very wide open. Most of the people who enter the Founders Forge, I tell them just let's stay for the whole year. But another thing is that it's a deception. Some people will say, like for the books that all of them are saying they wrote book. When did we write book? I think we wrote our book. We came up with ideations for writing book in the first week. Was it in the first week? Okay, lead magnets was in the first week. And lead magnets can be anything. Tools, anything, quiz tools, questionnaires, how to onboard your clients. We came up with tools that were going to, let people work with us in the first week. So I told my community people, you can't even be saying book as a very important, achievement, because the book that I said I'm launching with my husband, it's not going to take me more than 3 days. It's not. I've written the book already. I just need to sit down now and start, synthesizing. Then I'll now give it to him, because he's a specialist in that niche. So I want him to talk about, the hormonal side, the brain side, the pathways, and I'm still going to. So with that collaboration, that's another channel of money completely. That's also what we're going to do for us. We'll do that. If you are wise, you will even gain more than the people who are in the Founders Forge. Again, I said there's something about the deception of, I have the whole year with Mother Eagle, and so I'm not thriving. Personally, I hate it. It's annoying. I don't like it. So I'm hoping that anybody who is going to jump on board with us will be ready to do the work. So once you click and you register, it will take you to a WhatsApp. That will be a wait list. I'll just be sharing things. When we choose the 7 days, we want to make sure that everybody, when we're picking that 7 days, all of us will be available. And by available, my classes, we turn on cameras when we have classes. And I know again, I say again, when I say it, is that some people will still with their coins, they'll still not do it. And then you hear them holding conversations like that they've not gotten opportunity. They are complaining, but simple instructions. And you know, this lady that made $3,000, in fact, should I call her name? This lady that got $3,000, you know, that rule is to show you how people soul work. She showed up in all the classes turning on camera. There were days in class that it was just me and her with our cameras on. And then one day I sat down, I was meditating. I was just saying, truly, God is not a what's the word? A respecter of persons. Something in your brain that makes you keep instruction will make you do the proper outreach. So I said again, it's very, very important that a lot of us pay attention. So I said, for as many people who join the challenges night, you join the wait list. Like I said, you join the wait list. I'm not exactly enthusiastic about hosting things. That's just the truth, because I said most times people don't match my energy, and you see them all around LinkedIn comments, saying that they are exhausted, that they've not got an opportunity, but they're not ready to do the work. So who is deceiving who? So part of the things we're going to do in that 7 days, we'll sit down on our niche. All of us will ask ourselves questions specific for our niche. We'll optimize our profiles specific for our niche. We'll find keywords specific for our niche. Then we go on to our content strategies. We'll work on it specific to our niche. We'll support ourselves as well. Then we will also do outreaches. We'll clock in outreaches. And I will say it again. I know I will say people to do it. Some people will still not do it, and they'll still be expecting results. And guess what? Some of the people you want to work with, right? Those clients you want to work with, right? The clients you want to work with. See, this thing that you're dodging to do for yourself is still what they want you to do for them. I've never seen any sect of people that don't honor themselves. So, in fact, that thing always confused me. That was how I founded my company, because it didn't make sense. I had the knowledge, right? And if I am promising you that I can do this for you, I can do it for myself. So for Nigerian brands, when I'm working with them, I want to make sure that, okay, they can literally pay me my worth. But my position, like I told you guys from week one, when I showed up on LinkedIn, the goal was international clients, because I wanted to work with people to bring to fruition what I have done for myself. Okay, for those who don't know my stories, my first million, I made my first million as like I just came out from medical school. So like I told you guys, sorry, I have a sales wit, I have business wit, I know exactly what to do. It's like a miracle. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but those ones are just normal to me. So when I showed up, I knew exactly how to work with people. And I was like, okay, rather than promising someone tooth and nail what I have not done for myself, or what I have not worked with somebody else, I did it for myself. I started the Phoenix Gates. Phoenix Gates was 4 months on LinkedIn when I started Phoenix Gates. I hope you people are hearing, so that we don't amplify things out of proportion. And in fact, if I had someone saying this thing that I'm saying, if today was my first day on LinkedIn, I would have started Phoenix Gate like next week. In fact, how Phoenix Gate started was that I went for an event that I think Biolu, founder of Freelancer MBA, hosted an event, invited Dr. Amaka and a few other people, and I came on board. That season was my first season on LinkedIn. When I came, I was like, I didn't understand how people would come on LinkedIn, and it's because like suddenly you have low self-esteem because of the number of likes that are on your posts. Make it make sense. It didn't make sense to me. Sincerely, it didn't make sense to me. So when they came on board, I just told them, why is everybody thinking like this when actually you can do this? They told me outrightly to my face. I can't forget it. It was an audio event. I wish it was a video event. I would have cut out the place where I asked that question, because I was not even a speaker on that event. It was at the end when people were asking questions, I came up to answer the question, and I told them that no, this thing was possible. They said that nobody has ever done it. It's going to cause burnout. Guys, we're 2 years plus in. Somebody posted my flyer today in the group and said this was as far back as December 2024. And I had just resumed LinkedIn April 2024. By September, I'd had my company. We started conversations almost immediately. My first event, we had nearly 600 people show up on board. Like I said, now I'm not even I'm now so, busy. I'm holding one thing or the other. I'm trying to solve problems for my clients. So if you're a client here, a founder who doesn't have time, my company also manages, accounts for clients, and also we help you build your visibility if that is your own case, right? If you're a founder, a one-on-one international clients, you can always reach out for us for that, right? But I'm trying to say that posting is majorly one of your pipelines, except what you're offering is specifically on your post, except your results are on your post. And I told you, maybe if you're so what did you call it, lazy, just kukuma call yourself visibility coach one side and just sit down and be engaging morning to night. And then when you're done, right, make sure that you sell it. God will take you into rooms you never believe. We have a lot of people like that whom God is steadily raising. It's not a bad thing. So if you want to say that, oh, you cannot think, you don't want to think, right? You don't want to think. You don't want to earn more, or you don't want to work with international clients, you can stay with that, because most international clients might not, and when I mean international clients, I mean like full-blown international clients, might not necessarily jump on your cohort. Even if they do, they're likely going to be low ticket cohort. So this lady who made $3,000 for one closed deal, you can imagine how many cohorts a visibility coach will have to do to get that money. Even if you do monthly on LinkedIn, convert it to Nigerian naira, that would be like maybe 5 million. So if you just, every time you have visibility, you just launch cohorts, yes, it's possible you can get 5 million per time, but is it not challenging as somebody who barely has 50 likes and comments? Now, another thing is that this person will be able to defend this niche. This person will be able to go on live events and hold conversations. This person will be brought into deep circles, because she'll be holding conversations in dollars all the time. You will just be asking yourself, what did you do to yourself? And I said, there is no challenge with that. There's no challenge with that. So I told us, so I'm warning us, this is a wait list. That means we are not starting immediately. The only thing is that every time I host a live event, I make sure that I do I lower the price to have as many people come in, so that they will wait for us to eventually launch our marketing strategies to get a lot of people on board. And like I said, these 7 days LinkedIn is because, again, I know that people famish not, and I don't want them around me. But we still have the Founders Forge for the people who want to join the Founders Forge. I think the Founders Forge right now is at 69. I think it's at 69,000. The Founders Forge. Then in dollars, I think is $139. So Faith, you can drop the link for the Founders Forge. Anybody who wants to join the Founders Forge can jump on it and just wait for us, right? This is a wait list. Please, I'm begging us. This is a wait list. The only thing I'm going to do in that wait list is not going to be like the regular wait list. You're going to be reading books in the wait list. So you're going to be watching videos. Those people who discipline themselves, like what I did. I say again, I don't know how it is for a lot of people, but for me, when I showed up on LinkedIn, I say sometimes 3 days, 4 days in the night, is there any cohort I did not enter? Is there any video I did not watch? Is there anything I did not do? But people, like I said again, why do we enjoy complaining? Why would you rather say, oh, I'm not getting clients, or you do what it takes to get those clients? So for me, when I showed up, even up to today, yesterday night, let me even bust you guys bubble. I slept at 2 a.m. yesterday night. I know a lot about my niche. I've written books. I think I have more than 7 books now. I've written, and those are different conversation books. In fact, if you get my roadmap to LinkedIn monetization book, it's a psychology on it. Like those people who don't know anything about branding, just go and sit down on that book. That one is attached with the Founders Forge, right? Sit down with that book, and your brain will just open. In fact, you'll be asking for opportunities to speak on any platform just to show your wits. But do I still sleep? No. Yeah, and I'm not glorifying stretching yourself, but the question is, if you've lost time, if you're starting out newly, if this is the first time you're engaging yourself into an endeavor, you don't want to be hanging around and letting people always being the one to tell people I'm a newbie. I told you guys in my first week, I will not lie for you. Go and check my LinkedIn post. Click on my LinkedIn. Go to my first post. My first post is there. I don't think I had up to 50 likes on that post. I'll be 20 likes. I don't know. You can go and check it because over the years, people might still be liking it when they find it. Go to my first ever post. Right, then go to the next post. Go to the last day of the week. I think I posted on it Sunday. I said I showed up for. I challenged myself to show up every day for the past 6 months. These are the opportunities that have come for me. I wrote down everything I got in my first week on LinkedIn, just so that you don't think that anything I'm telling you is fabulous. Okay, I'm trying to what did you call it? Talk to you or lie to you. So what I'm going to do right now is let me just see if I can offer at least maybe one person a next step. So somebody should ask me a specific question on what they can do next step. The people who are register, I'll share the books with you so that you can already start. Okay, I'm just posting the link for YouTube. I've shared the link several. Chineke. Sorry guys. I think I opened, I'm in the media team of my church, so I mistakenly opened my church event. I opened it, so I'm the one that has been sharing it with this thing. So I'm going out now and coming to my life with my own channel, and I'll still post it again. So, but beyond that, I'll say it again. People who know less than what you know are getting opportunities every day. People who know less than what you know are getting opportunities every day. And so I have no challenge about that. You will learn, you will get better, you will shine. Okay, you need the link on YouTube. I've posted it. So just write what's the word? Okay, yes, somebody just Faith just dropped the Founders Forge. So Founders Forge, anybody who wants to join the Founders Forge is more intensive, right? All of them will still lead to the community, whether you jump on the challenge, right, or you jump on the Founders Forge, you're still going to land in the community. The only difference is that Founders Forge is more intensive. Right? I think we spent on an average, more than 40 hours on an average, if I can calculate properly, right? Because I think we did, for the first 3 weeks, we had some classes that were 4 hours, 3 hours. So on average, let's say first 3 weeks was 10 hours each. Then the next week we did once a week so that we can reduce the stretch. And trust me, I was ready to go more. But again, some people they can't take it and it's not their fault. But I'm also telling you so that when you start seeing people with results, it's not outside their discipline. Please just note. I always tell my community members, in fact, that's part of the things that I say every time on the first conversations I have with people. I said, your discipline will pay you. Don't come and be forming, you show up in class, you will not show up in class, then you'll be imagining that if you procrastinate more, then you just say, I'll just miss this class, I can always rewatch. There's a difference between a last class and watching videos. Trust me, I have more than 40 videos, even 60. In fact, what am I saying? I've hosted more than 120 trainings and I have all the videos. So if I want to be very smart, what I'll do is I'll package those videos and be sending it to you guys. Thank you. That means I will just rest. All I'll do is I'll host events like this and I'll tell you people, I'm going to host a training. I'll tell you it's a video-based training. All of you will watch, you keep watching. I have more than 120 videos, but I know that live events, like live trainings, are different from making people to go and watch. Already, somehow, these people are already disadvantaged because most of them will likely lack discipline. That's why they've not formed system. Or genuinely, some people are hardworking, but they don't really know what to do. So if I send you videos, maybe you watch the first class and it's 4 hours. Before you watch the second one. But me, that's if I've not watched a training of 30 hours. That's if I have not. This is me trying to even tell you guys how, if you're passionate. See, that's why you need to settle your why. if you're passionate, there are certain things, there's a scripture for it. You rage against all unwise judgments. I mean, you've never sat down, and all the negative things your friends have said about you just rose up like this and hit you. They've not fired you and say you're good for nothing. Or you've not had people like have conversations on your background saying that you're wasting your time. That's why there's no urgency in your spirit. I was telling people yesterday now in the live class I did my virtual assistant training. I finished this training that you people used to do for 1 month, that some of you will enter community and you people are the VA Academy. I did my virtual assistant training in 1 day. That means I sat down like this. I told myself, enough is enough. I sat down. Before I crossed the next day, what did you call it? And it was the Allison, so that you know the platform. For some of you, I'm sure you've been trying to get that certificate for 6 months now. I sat down and I told myself, enough is enough. I must figure out this thing. Enough is enough. I sat down, finished the training like in 4 hours. I sat down and started, what is virtual assistant? Oh, makes sense from the name. I know what it is. Okay, next, let me go. I need to just get these certifications. I have like 26 anyway. I had like in the year of 2025. That's after deleting some things. I had to delete my medical license, all of them from my profile so that it doesn't affect my reach. I deleted a whole lot of certifications just to make sure that I leave certifications that were in keeping with what I am doing right now. But I did like 26 certificates. In fact, 26 is the one that is niche relevant. There are many that I did all those MVA things just so that because at first when I started as MVA because I was thinking that people might want a lot of people. I first of all started with Upwork. Maybe I didn't use that side of the story, but I had what did you call it? On Upwork, I had a traumatizing event. Like I got clients, even surprisingly, without coach. I didn't have any coach, but you see, I will say it again. It also depends on your hunger. Some of you have not learned to be hungry about things. Sometimes it might be your niche, where you're coming from, the sacrifices you've made before. You're just not a serious person. And like I told you, I came with the medical energy. And that's exactly what I train you with, right? That's why you guys call me Mother Ego. There's lots of energy from there. So I literally find everything I'm talking to you guys about very, very easy. Like it's the easiest thing I'll ever do. In fact, it's the cheapest thing I can do. With that, I got admissions to read my master's and all that. And I finished all my coursework in my master's. Like I just have industrial attachments. And where I was posted the last time was not close to anywhere I commute. And my goal is to be at home as possible. So I'm looking to make sure I get somewhere very close for me to I've finished all my coursework, all my A's, and I did all these things with showing up on LinkedIn and getting clients, work with clients. So I badged masters with these things that I'm telling you about. With the 4 hours, with the 6 hours, I will not rest until I've learned. All the classes I've attended, the courses I paid for, I will not rest until I finished it. Most times when I finish, I'll buy books, I'll read it, I will just say, yee. That's what my mom used to do. That's my mom. Yee in I don't know, I think it's the people from my mom's tribe. There is a way of saying, this small thing. That's what always comes to my mind when somebody tells me, oh, take this and read. I'll just say yee. And by the time I'm doing yee, in the next few hours, I'm done. And mind you, Speechify was not so popular. I'm saying it now for some of us who are going to jump on the challenge and you get the book. The book is already direct on the back end. Once you get it, you get the book so that you can even start from day one. Start practicing it before I'll start making some of the corrections that we'll make on the live meetings as well. So what I would normally do is now I'll just pass the book through Speechify and let Speechify read it to me, even in my mindless states, right? When I buy books like that, I'm like, how will somebody sell this thing? There's nothing inside. That's how my brain works. That means I'm not even thinking of the fact that, oh, Vivian, you don't know how to do this. Oh, you didn't study this. It doesn't make sense. And that's exactly what the remote workspace is. The remote workspace is a leveled playing ground. Everybody just wants to have their problem solved. Okay, so let me see if I can help a lot of people who are also here, just in case you cannot even afford the meeting. Okay, guys, just If you're here so far, just repost the meetings. If you're on YouTube, share it your WhatsApp status. Let me just quickly share something that I can help some of you, like, get yourself, so that you don't amplify things out of proportion. Like I say again, for me, I don't, it's a personality I have. In fact, I have that personality to a fault, in such a way that the other danger side of it is to think that, oh, things are overly serious, and then I say, okay, I'm not going to do it now. No, the mindset I have is obviously easy, and then I'm doing it right away. So for me, what did I feel? Okay, so let's say you're starting out right now, right? You've never had results on anything. Okay, so I'm going to gist us very fast. We're starting. Let me see what the time is. I'll put an alarm so that I don't keep us here longer than 8. I'll put an alarm so that we'll stop exactly at 8. I'll take this time and teach us so that somebody can start something. Okay, so I have exactly 20 minutes. So let's say you're starting out for the first time. Everybody on YouTube, for the people who don't know anything about LinkedIn, you're probably just showing up for the first time. You're confused. You're in healthcare. You're not earning so much. You have suffered, like literally suffered. For me, when I started building online, I went through interviews. When I came, they now told me they want to pay me 350. I said, 350 for what exactly? I'm so sorry. That money might seem very big for you guys, but for me, it's not. So I said, 350, I will not be with my kids. I'll be commuting somewhere. Some days I will not come back early. And my husband is a surgeon. Make it make sense, right? And then I have to dress up every day. I'm flying out. And I'm going to fly back to go and pick up kids. Or at least show up, come back home. So that my husband, when he picks them up from school, he's going to meet me at home to make sure that they are cared for. Remember, I said it again. I got desperate because of the fact that we also relocated. So I didn't have my support system. Some people who are in some states, you have your mother in your states, you have your cousins, your aunties. You can always drop off your kids and go and, chase your dreams. But it didn't, it didn't work for me. Then coupled with the fact that initially I was doing a few other things. I was volunteering in my church. I sing, for those people who don't know. So that someday if you now see one album, Star of Heaven, Dr. Vivian Magnus, don't say, because I sing too. And God has been speaking to me lately. So it's still my dream. In fact, you guys are going to see me singing often. I think I want to do a WhatsApp challenge. That's how that's how I honor what God has placed on me. Right? So I had some challenges where I was serving. So it meant that I didn't have so much time to also commute for choir. And then all the negative conversations that came around that season for me clogged into my brain. It made me question everything. So I'm saying it now because some of us, motherhood are like have finished you, like you're dreamless now, right now. You can't even see your front. For some of us, some guys already have finished school 3 years, 4 years, and like you don't weak. No opportunities. You're barely trying to struggle between 50K, 100K and all that. Me, I said there is no problem, right? You need to honor your journey because that's where the money is. So when I showed up on LinkedIn, I didn't show up like every other person. Number one, I was just being chased away from somewhere. So remember, I said it again, there is this godly pride that I always had that meant that things are very super easy for me. So things being super easy for me means that, okay, I can do anything. So it came directly against my energy, the mother ego energy, because I was literally said to leave a particular place because it was said that I didn't do it well. So I was depressed in that season. So when I showed up online, it's in Hausa means that it's either I get a job or I get a job. So I showed up. I started first. I heard people talking about Fiverr. Then a lady talked about, I had links to direct jobs. Yes, direct international remote rules. We can also get that where you apply directly. I went through the interviews. Every time they saw me at the interview, they used to laugh because my camera then, like I was just before now, I don't invest in. I've had monies, like I told us, as of 2017, I trained over 70 ladies to make money. And that training, I was training them. I made money like in the first month. The next month, I'd had 30 people working with me on board. I'd had trainings for 100 women. By then, our cabal had already grown big. We had excess money, but because I'm very big on sowing, I'm hoping that I have a lot of people who sow their seeds. And for me, sometimes I didn't even understand the place of also sowing into your platform, so into good cameras, into paying for studios, into getting mics, headsets. I didn't know all this. So sometimes then, when I get those roles, I'll show up at those roles looking very funny, and those people will be looking at me. Remember, guys, God looks at the heart, but men look on the outward, and all those systems are also very, very important. So I didn't know that was very important. I started with my phone. I didn't have a system when I showed up, right? And I'm telling you guys exactly what was happening as well. I was dejected, and then most of my monies that came, I invested them back into the ministry, because then I was more of a, like, I served in church. That was the only thing I wanted to do with my life. Sincerely, I'm going to be very, so all the time I read medicine. I'm intelligent. Medicine is very easy. And so I didn't think that medicine was a huge deal. The way people do it, I'm like, guys, there's nothing that would take my mind to get this thing done. I can easily do it. So what else can I do that has purpose, in view? So I'm a believer. So I said I was going to serve God's body. Then when this thing happened, I was just shocked. Now, I didn't invest on my platforms. So I'm hoping that you guys are picking up something along the line. As monies are coming in, it's not for you to go and start buying shawarma and finishing it. You also will have to buy cameras. For the one I use a Logitech. It's very cheap, HD 1080p. I think then I bought it like 200 plus. By now it might be up to 300 plus, but it's not even a big deal. You can always buy. There were other cheaper cameras. It's just that for me, I'd already started getting more money, so I didn't go for the cheaper ones. And then my phones, I was using one year Android on Android. So I'll jump on. Imagine that you're landing in international remote roles, and they are talking to you. Your network is just fluctuating, and your videos are blurry. Is this how you're going to see their clients? So you can see that I'm already saying some of the things that are very important that some of us don't pay attention to. We're just screaming, we want to get international clients. But even the clients, when they see you, they cannot recognize you, because the way you showed up is Kaura. So for me, then I had lots and lots of interviews. I'm tenacious, so like a bulldog. So I applied. That's why even that week that I showed up on LinkedIn, I was still in my spree of applying every other places that I knew that I had access to, which is part of the things that we're also going to do in the challenge as well. I applied everywhere, and I was getting calls for interviews. And when I come on board, either my network would just disappear. I'll be praying in tongues. Well, we still have that challenge now, but I've been able to find other setups that gives me a steadier network compared to any other platform. So you can't be using the general MTN browser or Globe browser if you want a fairly steady network. And trust me, especially for people in medical virtual assistant is different from other virtual assistants, because if you get a remote role medical virtual assistant, you're likely going to, in fact, the one I got, it was not so much, it was $10 per hour, but you are supposed to be live. So the way my husband would have his bath and go to work, that's how I'm going to resume work. I'm supposed to turn on my camera. I'm supposed to make sure that there is no power outage. So I'm just trying to tell you guys that this thing that you're looking for, I hope the thing that you're looking for is aware that this thing that you're looking for, I hope the thing that you're looking for is aware that you're able to handle it. So one of the conditions they gave me is that my camera has to be on all through, because I'm literally like a medical scribe for those remote do those jobs. So based on my time zone, my work was supposed to start at 8 p.m. in the night. So when my husband comes in, I put my babies to rest. They were like five months then. I had like twins. Then I'll come and sit on my workstation. Then then I will be working with them. As the doctors are seeing patients, I was supposed to be documenting my own conversation. They favored me because they said I was a doctor, so it was going to be easier for me to understand medical grammars, then understand the hyper, what did you call it? The hyper rules, I mean, whatever. I've not used all those things in recent time, but I did all of them just simply because I wanted the next big thing. So you can see that even when I was trying to niche down for MBA, it was not away from something I've ever done before. So all those interviews, I kept going back and forth with them. I told them that this was, I'm going to be available. But again, you needed to have like a standby generator, right? I guess that's what they are paying you for, right? That means you are not allowed to have power outage for more than 10 minutes per time. So that means, oh, you're using NEPA and then they take lights. You quickly go and switch on your gen and show up and wait and be consulting the clients with all the physicians. So it was like a full-time role. Those kinds of role, if they were supposed to, if I had a better negotiating power, I should even get up to $50 plus per hour, because it's literally like a full-time role. But again, that's why they are going overseas to get people, because they are trying to bargain because they want to have more people. Okay, so most times when I jumped on the call, I got interviews with large organizations. I can't even remember, there was a UN related interview that and I went for one. When I had the interview, the person was just looking at it's now that I saw some of the pictures, because when I was doing those things, maybe one day I'll post those pictures. I took a selfie, and looking at myself back then, I was like, Jesus, look at how you're looking. So how exactly did you expect somebody to bring you on board to work with them like this, when you're likely going to be the face of their, their companies? That's for the people who are going to get full-time role virtual assistants. There are opportunities to even grow along the ranks in that organization. In fact, what they promised me was that they could give me visa sponsorship. But the problem I have is that I've never really been somebody who is overtly enthusiastic about traveling abroad. I've always had that problem. I grew up in the North, and we generally have challenges with contentment. Yes, and that's why I hosted my communities for 9 months plus, and I didn't charge anybody, because I didn't think there was a need for charging people, until I started realizing that some people will come and be saying, Dr. Vivian. Then if other people host camps, they will go there and pay. And they will not be showing up for my classes, but they are sitting in my community and just looking and say, Lori, it cannot work. Don't worry, if you honor me, you pay for me, because I'll teach you more than this people are teaching you. They don't even meditate much. Okay, there are certain things that are like giftings for me. I'm sorry, guys. Allow me blow my trumpet, just like Paul said. Right? There are so many things. Some of them I engage them in conversations, and I know that some of it's not that deep for them, but it's deep for me because I'm passionate like that. I'm purposeful like that. So, like I said, I went from there. I jumped on those calls. So I'm already giving you an inkling of some of the materials you might need to have. But the people on YouTube who are probably, this is your first time, doing any remote work, anything, you want to make sure that you, at least as you're getting money, you're not getting money to spend them. You're getting money to upgrade, not just your workstation. I've noticed it on LinkedIn. A lot of people, they get money, then they will come and start snapping workstation. Then they'll keep one large lab, what did you call it, desktop that they are not using. C curve that they'll buy maybe 200k or 300k. It's not like it's bad, there's nothing wrong with it, but you want to make sure that the quality of the individual materials that you're buying. I think I bought a Mac. My mic is almost like 300k plus, right? I get mine though. I bought it in my first wave of international money that I started making. Okay, I bought my MTN router, which is, I think then I bought it almost 100k plus, that 5G MTN router, something, right? That uses broadband. So I'm saying it again, you want to get broadband so that you don't use the general normal MTN platforms. Most times, like when I'm jumping on one-on-one calls with my clients and something happens to my network and I jump off, I cannot. In fact, there's one, the 2K founders that I wanted to work with last time. Like there was one time, I think something happened with my router. I was not ready for the call, so I didn't set up my router and I was using the basic MTN phone data. My goodness, it kept flinging me out. It kept flinging me out. Like it flung me out of that meeting more than 10 times. But I'm asking you a question. Imagine that it was an interview and I'm flung out 10 times on an interview. You know that you cannot, that job is over now for you. That's why I told you guys, there is how I build on LinkedIn. There is how I build on LinkedIn. It's essential that you build something that can control the energy in the room rather than being on the receiving end. Okay, I might not expatiate so much on that. So, like I said, the few things I went on to do was that, okay, when I jumped on all those calls with my blurry, all of them, most of them will say that they will get back to me and they don't get back to me because, again, I don't look the part, right? So I decided to move on LinkedIn, on Upwork. I said I had a trauma situation because I got a health content writer gig where I was paid $10 per hour and Upwork was marking the time for me. So I always would turn on my timer and then I was working. When I was done with my first milestone, the founder disappeared on me. So since then, anything Upwork, I just said anybody that wants to go there, they should go. Well, the Lord is with us, all of us. But then, of course, I'm in business, right? I still optimize my profile. The day somebody will send me inbound leads, that's fine. But I need to put in my energy in a particular direction. And that was how I showed up on LinkedIn. So when I showed up on LinkedIn, I was already desperate. Like, I don't have anything to turn to. Before, I would have to go to church like 3 times a week, sometimes 5 times a week. But I was literally almost running crazy because I didn't have anything else to do. But I am a very energetic person. I wanted to do something. So I turned all that energy loose on LinkedIn. And so that was how I got those opportunities in my first week, right? So I'm just still trying to tell you that if you want this thing more than you want anything, you have the results you need. Like, again, a lot of us will always choose excuses. I mean, how can I put something on my headline for more than 1 month and I've not sat down and asked myself, if somebody says, hi, I need your services, what is the step-by-step guide down to jumping on sales calls and closing the deal? Like, I don't know. For some of all these marketing strategies that shot themselves on the foot today, like, and your marketing strategist, you don't know how to do bing, bing, bing. Somebody was also a conversion copywriter. Like, so you cannot convert for yourself. How are you going to convert for your clients? So again, I said it, if there's anything we're all going to take out today is we're the job beyond the job. Okay. So let me see how I can conclude this conversation very fast so that I can release on. So when I started, I was applying shamelessly. The only thing was that it didn't even occur to me. Then I didn't know the back end. It was when I started hiring on LinkedIn that I realized what really was happening. Okay. Sometimes, although literally, it's not sometimes, almost all those rejection mails that you're getting are automated. They are automated. It means that they are not even read. AI reads and finds out, even if it's one thing. Sometimes they'll say, they'll set up, when you're setting up on LinkedIn, LinkedIn will ask you how exceptions or the people you don't want to work with. They will write region, they write Nigeria, they can write Africa, they can write they want only US candidates. So you applied, you went, read the JD, you didn't see the remote USA, you just applied for it directly, and then by the next day you're getting rejections and you're crying. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. I'll say again, it's not that deep. Me, I'm okay with rejection. It gets waiting I never see for this life. I'm very okay with rejection. You're the one, like I said again, you guys are the ones. You've never failed before and you're not worried. Like, you say you're doing something and you've not stretched, you've not even lost money in quotes, like you've paid for something and they did not deliver what they said they are going to deliver, and you're comfortable. Like I noticed a lot of people entertain me very useless fears, and then at the end of the year, thank God this is mid-year already. So this is mid-year by December. If you don't still take a chance on yourself, 2027, you still be telling these freaking funny stories that you still be telling everyone. Oh, I can't get clients. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. So it's for you to decide what you want to do. For me, I just told myself, Vivian, my head must be above the waters. In fact, that's the spirit behind the mother eagle and the phoenix. Phoenix was a bird that burnt. I think I left it on the introduction. Phoenix burnt every single time. Like it disappears for 1,000 years, it burns, disappears for 1,000 years, and shows up rejuvenated. That means you can literally come out from the ashes. That was the pain of Kai. I don't think in my life I've never experienced that kind of heartbreak. In the kind of dark heartbreak I had in 2024, I'm sure that like I think 2023 was the peak. 2022, 2023 was the peak of it. I'm sure that like some spirits would have latched to it. That's how a lot of people, go into becoming mad and all that and start talking to themselves, or they're having those schizophrenic phases. If I didn't get there, I had somebody praying over me. My husband did his best. He just couldn't tell me anything else because I didn't understand why, like, I could give my life to something and it didn't work. But right now, I'm in that phase where I want to give myself something to fail at. I even want it more than anything. Let me even say that I tried out this thing over, and then I know that, okay, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Let me keep going. I keep going. In this phase, in this year, I was able to learn this. I keep moving, learning things. I'm moving. I'll pay, repay, pay again, without caring what the outcome is. For me, most times, my outcome, my input is more important than my outcome. My input is more important than my outcome. I'm saying it again for all the people who join the 7 days challenge. Some of you who are notorious for paying for classes and disappearing. Your input is better than your results. Your input is better than your results. And for me, that is how I get my results. That's why I'm still on LinkedIn now till this point, because I'm more interested in what I am sacrificing daily than the results that will come out. Okay, so that was how literally my journey started on. There are many classes I paid for and I went for. Some of them I would just be in that class, I would just say, oh, GB. There's literally nothing in this place, no problem. In fact, some of them I entered the cohort again because there are other things you can get apart from just the knowledge base. You get an opportunity to bond with other people. There are lots of people that I bonded with, that we did a whole lot of things together that was just beyond just the classes as well. For me, in any event I organize, even the 7 days challenge, will make sure that you guys host a live. The people who are serious will host a live, and then you guys can just get the feel of putting yourself under pressure of getting people to talk. In fact, God also told me that if you're in any niche and you are not talking, you're joking. So if you're not giving yourself an opportunity to communicate to people what you do, you are joking. That's the reason why a lot of you can go on calls with founders and you barely cannot say anything, because you are not used to talking. In fact, speaking alone can 10x your revenue. Speaking alone can 10x your revenue. It can make you make more money. For some of you who are in church, you're in your businesses, you're in your among your friends. Don't go among your friends. Any small thing they're asking you a question, I'll just say, oh more you get as this Nigeria do. I saw me self, I know guide, I don't know what's in they happen. Sorry for the international guys. I just said people find ways of talking down on themselves. You want to be seen holding serious conversations. When I started, all my friends, the story of the woman who was told that had 5 husbands, that is currently in fact the one that she's living with, according to Jesus. He was not married to the person also. I know that there were conversations, and that lady, that same day, that lady is the evangelist. She ran and spoke to cities, telling them, come and see the man that told me everything I had done. That has always been my posture. If I see anything, I will talk. And for every time I spoke, I always get better. I became subject matter expert. People always want to ask me for help. These are other ways. These things I'm saying now, nobody in course will teach you that, right? Because again, people want you to be dependent on them, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's business. From business point of view, it's not wrong. But for me, I don't train people for training sake. I literally am after your life. Like, I want you to be somebody beyond even a remote work. Like, what is even a remote work to you? You that is precious like this. You that God spent like eternity curating. I'm very big on you. So that's why I'm always very, very worried when people don't know their worth or don't hold conversations. So maybe we'll start from them, right? If you're just starting out right now, one of the first things you want to do is your why. We have the why video within the community, right? Only people within the community can have access to it. You can sit down, just listen to it. Once you've settled your why, then we can now ask ourselves, we're going to look into what your journey, right? The why also will help you look into your journey, and you can articulate your stories. You can see how almost clearly my story is. Some of you will not remember any of the things that I said except my stories. So that is how you will bond with me. Yes, so please, all this introvert talk, please forget about introvert talk. This is me now talking to you as a mother. Forget about any introvert talk. Don't own anything that will make you quiet in this generation. Introvert worked for millennials, worked for the bloomers, worked in the work in the 80s and the 50s, but it cannot work now. It cannot work now. In fact, introvert will work for you if you are talking about introverts. So you can see how bad it is. So there are coaches who are coaching people to just be introverts, to enjoy themselves with their personality. They are coaching you to be introvert, but they are talking. You can no, sometimes when I meditate on this thing, I'm just like, what are people doing to themselves? So they are coaching you to not talk, but they are talking. So they are talking. That means you just see them as your chief. You just be healing them. Oh, my introverted coach, my hot coach. My coach taught me how to be introvert. And you're an introvert. You're not exchanging conversation. And one of the things I've noticed is that is a scriptural concept. Why I be in the way the Lord led me. That means every time you talk about what you do, clarity comes to you. Right? Every time you talk about what you do, clarity comes to you. Every time you talk about what you do, clarity comes to you. So it matters that you share. It matters that you tell somebody what you're doing. It matters that you go for conferences and you corner somebody and start talking to the person. It really, really matters. So anybody who is teaching you, oh, your personality, you're an introvert, don't stress yourself. But the person is talking. The person is the person that will make money for all your introverted community. Why you will not have opportunities because you're just telling yourself, I'm in my feelings. I'm an introvert. I'm not interested. Da 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 da. Please, you want to stop that for yourself. So please, for the introverts, it's a very beautiful personality. You can use it when you're holding conversations with your niche members. You can say, I'm an high introvert. That's building. What did you call it? A roadmap to LinkedIn monetization. I talked about, value matching. I talked about brand identity. I talked about how to create communities. So if you notice all our conversations, I talked about my tribe. I talked about where I grew up. Somebody even in the comments said, oh, so you're a Just girl. That means whoever that person is, because the person is a Just girl, the person will remember me. So most people who talk about introversy are benefiting directly from it. But you who is not talking, you're literally at loss because you can be hailing that person. That means you're under the person's brand identity, but you will not have an identity for yourself. You want to excuse yourself from things like that. Learn communication specific for your niche. Learn to talk at meetings. At least start from church. If they tell you to lead prayers, don't disappear into the ground. Collect mic. In fact, that's the positioning I gave my church. I told them to call me anytime. In fact, as I speak, if somebody call me now and say, Vivian, I'm preaching tomorrow, I'll say, yes, sir. The worst I can do is I will not sleep this night on God. The worst that I can do is that I will not sleep this night. But you see that thing, I'm taking that mic by tomorrow. And I will preach good. I'll preach myself happy. So you have to get to that point in your life where you're everly ready, because that's how opportunities go. All those times when you're speaking to your friend and you're just saying, oh, I'm confused, all those dramatic things, instead of you just getting to work. Do you know me? If I have any questions about anything, that's how my mind works. I'll just search it immediately. But some of us, we are so complacent that you have a question in your mind, you just leave it. Then you now go. When you now see another person, you just start asking the question. It's not bad though. But it's always sweeter if you have questions with a possible answer and then people chime in their conversations, then you renew your own. Than every time you meet any relationship, you're the one that is taking in 100%. You're a dangerous person. Oh. You're a dead sea, you're a dangerous person if all you do is you keep sucking in. Okay, so for the purpose of our class today, I think I've stayed till I even crossed the time I had in mind. I hope you guys got to meet me in my beauty and my glory. I want to say that I love you. Our community people, we start back our community activities next week Friday. So please, as many who are joining the challenge, we've already started. We're starting our bonding on Friday. We will teach 1 hour. Right now we have a curriculum. Right, we teach 1 hour. Then we will have we answers questions. Sometimes my teaching is based on question. That means I can take one person and dissect the person through. You have all the materials already. DM strategy, you're going to have it. Land remote work rule, you're going to have it. The people who are going to join Founders Forge and the people who are going to have LinkedIn roadmap to LinkedIn monetization. And then you're going to also, I'm going to send a quiz, brand monetization quiz, where you know where you are. If you don't understand your brand, and I think I will have to upgrade that brand because the quiz again, because I noticed that even people who are claiming certain brands don't even know much about their brand. So maybe I'll say if you click marketing, then you ask questions. Have you ever done this? Have you ever run a campaign before? That's what I'm going to do. I'll have to increase my questioning for each of the niches, right? I'll give you an opportunity to select niche. So I will also optimize your profile for you. Yes, that's part of the pegs. Is there anything I'll know? I'll do content strategy for you, how to tell stories, all within that 7 days. That's all we're going to do. Then you're going to be a part of the community for long term. Normally, just joining the community alone is 20K. And even that is so cheap. The reason why I made it so cheap, right, is because I'm looking for people that I want to be praying with. I want to pray with people. So how I take you that you're a serious person is that you join and then you pray with us. So that's why I make the barrier so low. But even 50,000 per month, nobody can pay me. I will not even collect that. Like if I want to do, oh, I'm here for the money. Even for me, you don't know. Like I told you guys now earlier, I have that ye mind. That means even if you're calling millions of dollars, this is how I'll be looking at TV because my soul will just summarize it like this. Even if I don't have it, I'll summarize it like this and put it in my pocket. And that's how I jump on calls. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. We'll hold conversations. When I'm done, I tell you what I want to charge you. If you don't want, I walk away. It's simple and short. There's no pressure. I'll look for where next to fail. I don't have a problem with failing. So in Igbo, I'm not scared. I've gone through a lot in this life for anybody to make me feel. I told my friend today in church, she was depressed. I said, me, let it be said in the heavens and the earth, I will never be depressed in my life. Is that I will do next. So get comfortable to that point where you can say next and move very fast, fail fast. Okay, no, it's not saying no to introversion. It's a personality. You want to celebrate that, right? It's an identity. But you want to make sure that you can even talk about it often. Like when you're talking, a lot of you, I know that a lot of you are seeing me hold conversations, but I am pure introverts. And all the introverts in the audience who are good at listening, they will be so happy with you. Then when they come and gather you after the event and they're telling you that they're introverts, you start telling them, my dear, no be so. Yes, we are in the same community, but the day you start talking, that's when your life will change. But then you've gotten a way to, you know. Imechuku, what is the problem? Imechuku say MTN should start selling crayfish. Okay, you guys don't know. I hope you know that some songs started with selling crayfish. So it's not bad. I don't know why people have challenges with certain job roles. I think that there's nothing that cannot be sold, even concerning that conversation that our first lady spoke. For those people who are Nigerians on this call, the problem in it is that in this year of tech and international opportunities, she can come up with that as a leader. That is a problem. But akara and plantain or akara and pap as a business. There is a business in my house, around my house here. It's called Akara Cafe. See me giving them visibility. It's called Akara Cafe. That place, when we go, sometimes we queue up. Like we can have up to 80 people eating at once. People buying akara in 20s of thousands. In fact, all the time I go with my siblings and my children, most times I don't spend anything less than 20K. So calculate it. And you know how akara is an everyday thing. If you start getting, I had to pray myself out of going there every day. So you can imagine that in a week I'll spend nothing less than 100,000 to akara that everybody's looking down on. The problem is that she's saying that akara, but the minds she's talking to will likely be remembering the akara on the streets, or she is insinuating that akara on the streets makes sense. Me, in Jos, if you see how they used to chase those women in the market, those women that used to sell things, that GMDB will come in Jos, they will chase them, go here, chase them, go here. Sometimes they will destroy their markets. That's what our first lady was telling people to do. But I'm trying to tell you guys that the products, any product can be scaled. Apart from coaching is very hard to scale, right? That's why I'm not so big with coaching. I still want to work with my one-on-one clients and be resting, right? Products can be scaled, right? Any product at all. So that person can start exporting akara. She can find a way to preserve it and sell akara to London, whatever. Or the traffic of eating it, because it's a friendly business, people would likely buy it repeatedly. So I told you guys, that week when I started eating, and realized that every time I'll tell my sister, we bonded over it. So we'll go out. The place is really nice. You need to see the curtains, how they design the place. You go there, you eat akara of 20,000 plus. But people are thinking, when they hear akara business, they're thinking of those roadside women. And who would they blame? How many people have they seen replicate that for specific businesses? Okay, so this is the business side, business strategist in me. So products are not really the problem. So for some of you who don't know, yes, Samsung started with selling crayfish. So this is another food for thought for the night. Okay, so I'm going to be ending the live right now. I just want to say that I love you so much. Please make sure that you connect with everybody who showed up on this live. There are people in the journey with you. You want to reach out with them, talk to them, bond emotionally, but I'm begging you, don't accept any status quo. Don't make sacrifices, pay for things, get comfortable. Like I told you guys, me, I don't mind teaching free, but people have bastardized it because, again, you can't scale coaching, and I know it. I say it with every word in me. You can't scale coaching, even with the largest of visibility, right? I can earn what a coach will earn. I can earn $10,000 with a client that a coach might have to do that for 400 people doing or 300, 5,000. So it's still not a big thing for me. I didn't think it was something I could earn from until people started undermining what I was teaching them. And I realized that some people are not serious. So it's unfortunate I cannot differentiate them. So I want to make sure that anybody who is in my circle of influence truly deserves to be in my circle of influence. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. Yes, that's what we said. Please go ahead and do the onboarding. Just join the wait list. Join the wait list. For the people who it's also free things don't the full belly. Yes, it's very true. So once we were done with the life, I've seen a lot of people already on the back end. Let me see if I can. Okay, I think I missed us for a while. I will just be calling it tonight so that I don't keep us waiting anymore. As many that can join us so that you can already start your tasks this night. until we announce our next big day. Like I said, I am moving back the price to the original price that we planned by midnight. So you want to make